bad as ever.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports the emergency worker who mistakenly caused a ballistic missile alert to be sent across Hawaii was reassigned pending outcome of an internal investigation. A spokesman for the Hawaii Emergency Management System did not say on Monday what the worker would be doing, but said it is a role that has no access to the warning system. The 38 minutes of confusion early Saturday caused panic for 1.4 million Hawaiians who were already on edge because late last year the state reinstated its Cold War-era nuclear warning system after North Korea fired a ballistic missile. The Federal Communications Commission is investigating the mishap, which happened just after 8 a.m. Saturday when the worker selected the wrong item on a computer program's drop-down menu, which gave two options: Test Missile Alert and Missile Alert. The employee has been with the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency for 10 years. A spokesman for the agency said the company is receiving death threats over the matter via anonymous telephone calls. FCC Chairman Ajit Pai on Sunday said Hawaii did not have reasonable safeguards in place to prevent erroneous alerts like the one on Saturday.
Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into Zencash. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io.
Reuters reports a California couple has been charged with torture after police rescued their 13 malnourished children from a home where some of them had been chained to beds, and neighbors on Monday described the family as shut-ins who shunned social contact. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office said police made the discovery after a 17-year-old girl escaped the house in Paris, about 70 miles east of Los Angeles, and used the cell phone she had found in the house to make the call. The girl, who officers initially thought was about 10 years old, contacted police on Sunday after escaping the one-story house. The parents, David Allen Turpin and Louise Anna Turpin, were arrested and each charged with 9 counts of torture and 10 counts of child endangerment. They were ordered held on $9 million bail each. Neighbors said the Turpins and their children rarely emerged from the unkempt home in the new built development of closely spaced single-family houses. Wendy Martinez said her only contact with the Turpins came as she passed the house at night in October. 4 children were installing sod in the yard while the mother watched from the door, and none responded when Martinez said hello. Martinez said they were very, afraid, like they had never seen people before. Police said 6 of the couple's children were minors, while the other 7 were over 18 and ranged in age from 2 to 29. The Turpins are due in court on Thursday. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
Reflecting on the persistent troubles it caused his sibling during childhood, local doctor Daniel Barrett told reporters this week about his average-looking brother, Kevin, who first inspired him to be a cosmetic surgeon.
As a kid, I remembered thinking that there was nothing I could do for Kevin. Watching someone you really love and care about suffer from a weak jawline or unsymmetrical features, it had a major impact on me.
And in this week's local news, a community theater gives the part of Blanche Dubois to Kathy Hamilton. In other news, a moviegoer manages to sneak candy past a teenage usher earning $7 an hour. A new app matches you with others in the vicinity who wasted $2.99 on the same app. And a Roman centurion crawling out of a New York City manhole cover is in for one wacky adventure. Having graciously spread my knowledge to the uneducated masses, I now return to the stately, elegant ranks of News Announcer Society. For more, keep checking theonion.com.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
It is Free Talk Live. You are invited to join us here on the radio waves and take control of those airwaves toll free at 855-450-FREE, like freedom, 855-450-3733. We've also got internet methods for you to connect, which will both sound better than calling us on the phone. There is Skype that we've had for a while. You can Skype in at Skype username lrn.fm, and also the new Discord chat at discord.lrn.fm. You can join us on Discord. There is a call-in room available to you there, so feel free to do that. In fact, I just went to look at that call-in room, and I see that Venkman is there to open up the show with us, calling from, what is it, FEMA Region 9, Venkman?
Yes, sir. FEMA Region 9. Thank you. Thank you for taking my call. Just real quick, I just heard the news. BitConnect, BCC, I guess, took a dump today.
Everything took a dump today. That was what we were going to open up the show with, was the fact that Bitcoin Cash, Dash, I could go down the list, and it would be hard to find a single cryptocurrency that didn't lose 20, 30, 40% of its value in the last 12 hours.
No, this specifically, though, the people involved, I guess, it's done. It's crashing and burning. This coin specifically.
You're saying they're abandoning the BitConnect coin, that one particular cryptocurrency is going out of business?
I'd say it's late breaking news, very early, but there's something going on specifically with BCC BitConnect.
That sounds suspicious, because the coin that you're talking about, and for listeners that aren't aware in the world of cryptocurrency, which Bitcoin was sort of the grandfather of all these things, there are over 1,400, I believe, cryptocurrencies out there right now. And of course, there's a top 100 that are more important to some extent than the rest of them. And BitConnect was in there, and in fact, it had a huge boost over the summertime, because this summer, on August 1st, there was the very first ever Bitcoin fork, where Bitcoin, this big, amazingly successful cryptocurrency, split into two cryptocurrencies. So it sort of copied itself, and two blockchains, which is the public ledger that runs Bitcoin. That's sort of the guts of the whole process. Two blockchains came out of that one, and so one of them was called Bitcoin Cash, while the other one is called Bitcoin, or now Bitcoin Core, if you want to call it that. That's might be one way to refer to it. And at that time, the people who were supporting Bitcoin Cash were saying that their code on the trading markets was going to be BCC. However, BCC was already being used in a lot of places by this BitConnect, the one that you're talking about here tonight. So a lot of people went out there and they said, "Oh my God, I'm going to get BCC," and they went out and they got BCC without knowing that they were getting BitConnect instead of Bitcoin Cash. So the BCC price this summer shot up as soon as the Bitcoin Cash announcement came out. It was all just, mistake. People didn't look close enough at what they were doing. But, I mean, the fact that they made so much money makes me think if they're shutting down, and again, we haven't actually checked the news. You just called in to say that you'd heard something about this. If they're shutting down, that sounds like they are taking their money and running. But I have to wonder, how can they shut down a cryptocurrency? I mean, they can shut down their operations, but the miners can just keep on trucking.
Well, a couple points I want to bring up. First off, Bitcoin Cash is unfortunately traded as BCC on some sites.
It still is.
To add to the confusion.
They changed it on some sites to BCH for Bitcoin Cash. But on sites like Bittrex, for instance, one of the biggest sites out there, it's BCC. So still very confusing.
Right. The headline from CoinDesk is breaking. BitConnect says it's shutting down its lending and exchange sites, citing cease and desist letters, quote unquote, bad press, and denial of service attacks.
Damn.
So Bitcoin Cash. So is the allegation that Bitcoin Cash people want the BCC tag so badly that they're willing to attack and drive another currency out of business?
I don't know.
I'm not sure that's it. I think this is just timing. I think with the market tanking today the way it is, or what I would say correcting, this is just
they're probably
timing.
Taking their money and running. I mean, the BitConnect guys, whoever they are, they just had one of a zillion different cryptocurrencies, and all of a sudden their crypto blew up over the summertime, and they're rolling in money probably right now, and they figure, well, why are we doing this? we can just we've hit our big time. Right. BitConnect is never going to be anything else. It's never going to be, a top 10 currency likely. The odds are against it. And so if your little crypto all of a sudden explodes and you can just retire right then, why not? Venkman?
Why not?
That's all I had, gentlemen. Thank
Thanks
you
for
so
the
much.
call tonight. I appreciate it.
Sounds great, by the way.
Thank you,
Sounds
man.
amazing.
Yeah, you do sound good there on the Discord call-in line, which you can get on there. All you have to do is join our Discord, discord.lrn.fm. We didn't have this last week, and you weren't even here you were sick or something like that.
It was just horrible. This flu that's going around, I don't know where, but it's particularly bad this season.
It's Ian Johnson and Will in the studio here tonight.
I got a story here from Bloomberg Technology. It says BitConnect closes exchanges as states warn of unregulated sales. So it's closing the company cryptocurrency exchange and lending operation after receiving 2 cease and desist letters from state authorities.
So they were lending
for the unauthorized sale of securities and suffering from denial of services attacks. The Texas State Security Board and North Carolina Secretary of State Securities Division warned that the firm isn't registered to sell securities in those states. The company said on its website Tuesday, BitConnect offered to let people receive interest on their digital coin balance by lending or investing their capital. BitConnect's token, BCC, was among the world's top 20 most successful tokens until its price plunged 65% since January 3rd as the states announced the action. Launched a year ago, the coin still has a market cap of almost $1 billion.
They do say here on their official website at bitconnect.co that they are going to continue pushing the coin.
They will continue to operate a wallet and a news site. But as states become more active in joining federal authorities and going after businesses related to Bitcoin and other digital currencies that they allege try to avoid proper registrations, we're going to see more of this in the future.
Oh, that's sad. Well, so it doesn't sound like it has anything to do with Bitcoin Cash. It's just the government coming in and trying to crush entrepreneurial spirit, trying to destroy somebody's business that they created, and they can do that because they have basically unlimited funds
and great big guns.
Yeah, and today's been a tough day. You guys on the Call to Freedom, which is your show that airs Monday through Friday before this program on LRN.FM, Will. You guys were talking about the bloodbath that occurred today in cryptocurrency. Earlier today, it was as high. Bitcoin was as high as $14,000 US dollars per unit, and it's now floating at around 11.5 after going down as low as $10,000. You even found it on some exchanges for lower than 10 grand. Will.
Yeah, I spent a lot of time on an exchange called Cryptopia. It's a place where we get a lot of.
It's New Zealand based.
Yeah, it's where we get a lot of the smaller coins that we give away in our free crypto coin giveaways on the show.
Right,
and I was seeing Bitcoin trading. It was one of those things like, man, I wish I wasn't on the air right now.
Because you didn't do anything about it.
Yeah, because I couldn't do anything about it. I'm looking at Bitcoin's trading at like $8,900, and I'm like, oh my God, I need to get in. I need to get in there.
Right.
I need to get in there.
Now, keep in mind that Bitcoin had been as high within the last month of nearly $20,000.
Yeah.
So it is down
50% of its value. Yeah,
50%.
It's across the board though. Like if you go to these, if you go like to say Cryptopia again, and you go to their U.S. dollar market and you look, and there's a way that you can look at like the big losers and the big winners.
You can do that on CoinMarketCap without even having to log into some other website. You can just sort by losers or winners or whatever.
The problem is that today there are no green numbers.
Virtually none. Yeah, it's a bloodbath across the board.
In Bitcoin trade, like if you're trading Bitcoin for currency, there are still some currencies that are positive. But if it's a top 50 coin, it's down between
20, 30,
and
40.
30%.
Yeah. I mean, it's a huge...
Dash, Ether Classic, Verge.
Is this
Doge,
it? Is this the end?
Whatever. Bye. Oh wait, hold on. I have to say this. This is not professionally licensed financial advice. Buy. That's what I'm doing. I'm buying. Yeah. I'm buying Zencash. I'm buying Vertcoin. I'm buying Verge. Why? Because I like to make money.
Well, some people say that Bitcoin is a Ponzi scheme, and you better believe those people are going to be out there claiming they were right. See here? Price went down. This is proof. It's a Ponzi scheme.
Bitcoin is dead.
855-450 free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. You can share your thoughts and bring up what you want on the radio here on Free Talk Live.
She seems happier. Her fur is so much shinier, silkier, softer. She has really mellowed a lot.
Sheba is 105 lean pounds of shiny, smooth, happy dog
for life.
The shedding has stopped. The itching has stopped.
Since 2001, we've helped more than 250,000 dogs get over their nutritional deficiency miseries.
And saved our customers bazillions in vet bills.
Everything we tried failed except the Dynovite.
Come to Dynovite for help.
DINOVITE.com.
If you want the dog to be healthy, you got to feed it something healthy.
The omega-3 fatty acids,
Flaxseed, zinc, alfalfa,
the digestive enzymes that are cooked out of regular dog food.
Dynovite is nutrition.
Dynovite for life.
Don't let your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy.
Come to Dynovite for help.
859-428-1000.
859-428-1000.
DINOVITE.com.
I got my Blink home security system delivered right to my door. I downloaded the app and it walked me right through the easy setup. Even with my complicated router system, I was done in like 10 minutes. Now it notifies me whenever something moves in front of the wireless cameras, or I can just check it whenever I want right from my phone. And I got you a deal. Get 3 Blink cams for what the other guys charge you for 1, plus an extra 10% off. Visit blinkprotect.com/FTL. 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 I've said it many times on air, and I'll say it here. The New Hampshire Liberty Alliance is one of the most important organizations for freedom in the world. New Hampshire is ground zero for freedom, and the NHLA is the best organization at promoting effective liberty activism. This ad is sponsored by Free Talk Live, and I, Mark Edge, am a lifetime member because I believe in the NHLA. Please check them out at nhliberty.org. Not everyone can move right now, but you can support the cause. Donate top cryptocurrencies or old-fashioned U.S. dollars, nhliberty.org. Visit their website and see what they're all about, nhliberty.org.
Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Looking for a great real estate investment? Consider New Hampshire, which is ground zero for the Liberty Movement. Your first call should be to Mark Worden from Porcupine Real Estate. He's more than just a real estate agent. He's your New Hampshire concierge. Where are the best places to live? Do you want farm, city, the burbs, or forest? Do you want a duplex or multifamily building so that renters pay your mortgage? There are homes in all price ranges in New Hampshire, and Mark can help with financing too. Invest in liberty and property. Mark Worden can help.
PorcupineRealEstate.com.
You're listening to the best liberty-oriented audio streamed around the clock, on the air, and online. This is the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
It is Free Talk Live. You can bring up whatever you want. The toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And the Skype username is LRN.FM. You can also join us and a bunch of our listeners over at the new LRN Discord that hasn't even been around for a week and is ostensibly, according to Stefan from Ohio, who's like into Discords, he says we're the #1 libertarian Discord already. Now, look, that's just a commentary on how weak the libertarian movement is generally. The fact that we could open up with a relatively small, listening audience online and dominate the marketplace of libertarian discords is more of a comment on
and
that.
Twitch.
But,
we were trending on Twitch, and in the very first week we had a Twitch account. So
we weren't trending on Twitch. Somebody clipped out a section of your show because Twitch, which is a video streaming site, and you can go and watch us at twitch.lrn.fm, but Twitch has a clip feature. So as you're watching, I guess, and I've never actually tried it, I probably should, but you can clip out something that's happening, put that on your own Twitch profile, and then when you share that out, all your Twitch viewers see it. And so that's what it told us, was that this one little clip was trending. So you want to learn more about cryptocurrency? Get started over at Bitcoin.com. It's a great place to go to learn about the very beginnings of this, which started back in 2009 and is now a worldwide phenomenon with people who hate cryptocurrency and people who love it, and a lot more people who are confused by it. So hopefully we can remedy some of the confusion here, whether you decide to like the idea or you think it's a threat. Because if you think it's a threat, you probably work for the banking system or the government. But if you want to learn more about it, go to Bitcoin.com. They got a lot of good information to get you started. But if you're old school and you want to get the latest news headlines, they've got a lot of good news over at news.bitcoin.com. So check that out. Once again, that's news.bitcoin.com. John McAfee saying on the official McAfee Twitter, according to CC66 in the Discord, everyone relax. The crypto dip was caused by Mike Bell of JP Morgan claiming governments could ban cryptocurrencies. Well, how? This is the same company that called BTC, Bitcoin, a fraud. It's a bank, for F's sake. They are rightfully terrified of what we're doing, but it can't be stopped.
I'm kind of inclined to believe the other explanation that was given today.
That's not the reason why. It has nothing to do with what some expert at a bank said or some guy.
I really believe, because we saw the same thing at Christmas.
He's just getting nervous.
McAfee or the bank guy?
No, McAfee.
What about?
Because, if he, if Bitcoin doesn't go up anytime soon, he's going to have to perform an act on national television.
Right.
That's right. He said
he's got $40,000 to go here. $40,000 of value. Over the next...
He said he
year
would.
Or so.
He said he would eat a spotted dick or something like that on national television.
You can get that in a can at Hannaford's now.
If Bitcoin didn't get to $1 million by 2020, so we still have a ways to go on that.
I'm just not buying that it was because some bankster. Unless there's that much newbie saturation in the market.
He's not being serious.
I don't believe it for a minute. I think it's the same thing that happened at Christmas, okay? This is what happens every year right around Christmas, and right now it's time for the
Chinese New Year thing.
Lunar New Year over there. So all these Asian guys that have got all this crypto, they're cashing it in for cash, for yen and whatever it is that's in their country, so they can buy presents and dinner stuff and
because
all this
the Asian markets are the dominant markets in crypto.
And you guys have heard of the thing about the Asian power, what's going on in China, right?
Yeah, that's also
where they're shutting down the Bitcoin
shutting down
the miners by tracking the electricity usage, and they're going to bill. They're somehow going to be like changing the rates for electricity, so if you're using over a certain amount, that they
just told them to shut down,
the bill
didn't they?
massively. Yeah, they did that too.
They said you're going to have to start winding it down, basically. Yep. And so actually I had a headline related to that from Bitcoin.com, news.bitcoin.com. Chinese Bitcoin mining giant Bitmain establishing branch in Zug, Switzerland.
Told you they were just going to move, man.
They're just going to up and move. You can give us a call, 855-450 free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. Let's go to Skype where Tom is on the line. Hello there, Tom.
Good afternoon, gentlemen. How are you?
Hey, what's on your mind?
We had a big day out here in California yesterday.
What happened?
And I don't know. Have you guys seen the front page of Judge, bottom of the third column?
No, I haven't.
New California declared independence from old California.
Really?
Yes, sir.
Tell me more about that. What is New California?
Well, New California is currently 22 counties, and these counties have joined the Council of County Representatives, and with local people electing their representatives to the council. And the council is similar to the Continental Congress. And we're in the process of forming a new system of governance here in California.
Now, are these Californian state reps from the California State House that made this decision, or are these people who are part of a completely different political organization known as New California?
Completely different political organization known as New California.
How many people were involved in this declaration?
Oh, the actual room with the declaration did not have that many in it, but there's several thousand people involved with our movement. We have not assembled any large groups of people yet, because the way it works is that, if you've got something you want to say, you go to your local county committee, and then your representative from your county takes it to the state.
So these are the county committees within New California, not the state of California.
That's correct. Yes.
Okay, got it. So you guys, with the county committees of the New California, put together, was it a Declaration of Independence, or what was it?
Yes, it was a Declaration of Independence, and the news clip is pretty good. There's a decent news clip up, and you actually get to see yours truly briefly.
It's a very strange map looking at the outline of New California. What you guys got against San Jose?
Well, if you look at the structure of California, there's basically three blue blobs in a sea of red.
Where can somebody go see this map, Johnson? Where did you pull that up from?
This is USA Today. It's the front page right now. It's 5 hours ago. There was an article about New California.
Okay. Because what I'm looking at there, it looks like New California is the bulk of the landmass of California.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Yes,
You're absolutely correct. Yes.
New California.
I flipped it. I was looking at the opposite.
Yes, New California is roughly 42 counties of California.
Okay.
And Old California, basically, it's liberal up and down the coast. And
so we're talking about Old California, L.A., San Francisco, what else?
Sacramento.
Sacramento. Yep. Okay. And so the rest of these, the counties that are involved in this, there are people in every county who are saying, we're part of New California. We are declaring independence from Old California. Is there a version of this Declaration of Independence, the one that was signed? Is it available online to look at?
It is. It hasn't fully been posted yet.
Okay.
We've got some things to work out to get it posted. But if you go to newcaliforniastate.com, you can see some more information, and if you want to participate in some dialogue.
Tom, stand by. Hang on, we can bring you back here if you got time. This sounds like it's pretty big news because, I love the idea of secession, so we'll see what's going on here. This is Free Talk Live.
Water is the single most important thing your body needs, so you want to be sure it's the best for you and your family. Since 2005, thousands have depended on Berkey purified water. The Berkey Guy provides the lowest priced filtration systems in every size. For incredibly delicious water now and in an emergency, get to GoBerkey.com or call 877-886-3653. 877-886-3653. GoBerkey.com.
Anytime, any place, anywhere. Radio remains the most intimate of all forms of media. At home, at work, in the car, on smartphones. Over 90% of consumers still listen to radio every week. That makes choosing radio as a place to advertise your business one of the best decisions you can make. Email advertise@gcnlive.com and partner up with an experienced GCN representative. Advertise@gcnlive.com. Easy, affordable, effective.
Shortly after Seattle area consulting firm Brink and Tiller received a resume from Corey Wilhelm, a college graduate with a Bachelor's of Arts degree in Communications, Human Resources Director Robert Bradshaw immediately fast-tracked Wilhelm's application and spoke with The Onion about this exceptional candidate.
Well, the second I saw Corey's resume, I knew I had to send it straight up to our CEO. I mean, we're talking about an applicant who not only got into the University of Washington School of Communication, but also managed to graduate in 4 years with a Bachelor of Arts. This kid's only 22, but according to his resume, he already has experience in Word, Excel, and PowerPoint. We're really going to have to move fast to get this guy.
Bradshaw went on to say that company heads could barely believe the candidate had 2 years of experience working at his college newspaper and had even taken a full 4 years of high school Spanish. Since receiving the application, Bradshaw claims the company has made numerous attempts to reach Wilhelm.
This is the Onion News Network.
Are you tired of governments murdering people around the world? Stop using their money. There is an alternative. Bitcoin is a stateless, free market, non-political currency. Bitcoin cannot be inflated or controlled by any government. By using their money, you are helping the state. Stop doing it! You have an incredible alternative available now. Learn it, use it, spread it. Get started with Bitcoin at bitcoin.com. That's bitcoin.com.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
Since time began, tyrants have taken aim at personal liberties. Now there's a movie that aims back.
The government has no more right to tell us what to put in our bodies than they have to take our guns or tell us what books we can read.
6 drug police were eaten by bears while raiding a marijuana farm.
On your knees, you dirty hippie! Jesus. On your knees! What's the problem, officer?
Today, many cops who enforce pot laws do so only because it provides them with cushy jobs, good benefits, and a chance to push people around.
I was an undercover narcotics officer. The drug war is nothing but a farce.
The Second Amendment says you got to keep you and your gat intact.
Guns and Weed, The Road to Freedom. A film by Michael W. Dean and Nima Vadati.
DVD available now at gunsandweed.com or on Amazon. That's gunsandweed.com. Makes the perfect gift. Remember, that's gunsandweed.com.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip-in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
Free Talk Live, you dial toll free here. Bring up whatever you want. Our number is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. And we've also got Skype. You can Skype on in at Skype username lrn.fm. You can additionally join us on the LRN Discord at discord.lrn.fm. There's a call-in line room there, which you heard at the very beginning of the show. On Skype right now, we've got one of the guys from the New California movement, which just declared independence from the state of California. We're going to talk more about that. That sounds like very exciting news, and it is getting news headlines in a lot of places. Basically, the supermajority of the state's landmass, people from all those areas saying, we don't want part of this agreement anymore. We want out. We want to be the 51st state. Also, want to let you know about Anarchapulco. You like ideas like secession, you're going to find a lot of like-minded people at Anarchapulco, where they're going to be making anarchy great again. People like Ron Paul, who's always been a major proponent of secession. G. Edward Griffin, Jeffrey Tucker, Roger Ver, Larkin Rose, Jeff Berwick, Bruce Fenton, Brett Venat, Julia Taransky, Dana Martin, Juan Galt, Adam Kokesh, Kerry Wedler, Vit Jedlicka, and Sterling Lujan, and more, including live music from Jordan Page, Backwards, Rob Hustle, and others. You can get all the details over at anarchapulco.com. It's happening February 15th through the 18th, so we are just 1 month away from that event, and you can join us because Free Talk Live will be broadcasting live, or not live, but we'll be recording live from the event, and you'll still be able to hear us interviewing probably a lot of those names that I just read off to you a few moments ago. There are other events happening that are related to Anarchapulco that are happening at the same time, or nearby the same time, including a health and wellness retreat, the Change Media University, and more. Go and get all the details. Get signed up. Use code FTL to get 10% off the regular ticket price over at anarchapulco.com. Code FTL, like Free Talk Live. It's happening at the Princess Resort on the beach in beautiful Acapulco, Mexico. It's February 15th through the 18th. Again, code FTL at anarchapulco.com. We got Tom Reed on the line with us here. He is from California, or rather, New California, where USA Today and a bunch of other websites, news agencies are reporting on this.
I was actually born in New California.
Were you really?
Yeah.
What part?
San Diego.
So San Diego going to be included in New California, but cities like Los Angeles, San Francisco, Sacramento are being cut out. And so what is the motivation here? I mean, in the declaration that you guys have yet to, you said you haven't yet posted it online, and you said the website was it newcalifornia.com, Tom?
NewCaliforniaState.com.
New California State. Okay, that was what I was missing. NewCaliforniaState.com, which is apparently down right now, at least if I am not mistyping the site. So maybe
no, it might be saturated. Let me try.
Oh,
here
okay.
too.
Here the problem was I didn't put the W's in. Some websites have bad setup behind the scenes, so you might want to get your webmaster to fix that because not everybody uses the W's these days.
It doesn't need the W's.
Okay.
It might be running slow because it's getting so many hits.
I see. Yeah, in fact, you're right. It doesn't. Okay.
Yeah, if you go to that state, there's an updated map there, and the counties in red are now part of the council and have committees functioning in them.
New California, you've got a press release that you guys sent out. It says here that you're in a new state in development, exercising its constitutional right to form from the state of California. The process to form New California is authorized and codified in Article 4, Section 3 of the United States Constitution. After years of overtaxation, regulation, and mono-party politics, the state of California and many of its 58 counties have become ungovernable. The nature of the state becoming ungovernable has caused a decline in essential basic services such as education, law enforcement, fire protection, transportation, housing, healthcare, taxation, voter rights, banking, state pension systems, prisons, state parks, water resource management, home ownership, infrastructure, and many more. You guys are having, or you did have, a delegate assembly on January 13th. Then on the 15th, which was yesterday, Declaration Day in Marysville, California, where you guys actually read your new Declaration of Independence?
Yes, we did.
All right, but you said the full declaration is not yet available for folks to download?
Not well. Let's go check and see. It might
okay,
be
I do see a headline
now,
here on your website. It says "Read the declaration documents." Would that be it?
All right, there they are.
Okay, cool.
Okay.
That's relatively short. It's only 3 pages. So you guys are tired of the mono party. Now, does that mean the Democrats?
Yes.
Okay, and that's because the big well-populated areas of the state, basically like New York State, dominate the rest of the counties in politics.
Yes. Yes.
So what's the next step here for New California? Now that you have declared independence, will the people who are living in those areas begin withholding paying taxes to the state of California?
Oh, sure. Not really.
No? Why not?
No. What we're doing, the strategy here is that we have to demonstrate we can govern ourselves before we'll be allowed to govern ourselves.
To whom must you demonstrate that?
To the federal government primarily. The federal government is just not going to take a bunch of redneck yahoos and say, yeah, here you go. Here's a new state. Be kind of like giving a teenager a bottle of whiskey and the keys to the family car and saying, yeah, be careful.
Mm-hmm. So what does that mean to show that you can govern yourself?
Well, that's what the Council of County Representatives is about. So we are, holding organized meetings based on Robert's Rules of Order, with documentation and secretaries, electing officers, electing representatives, electing delegates. So we're exercising the democratic process.
Okay, so you exercise the democratic process. You guys have declared independence, but what's next? I mean, what do you have to do to get through this?
All right. Well, there's a bunch of things going on that would trigger the actual formation of a state. The most likely scenario, we believe CalExit is got legs, and they'll probably collect enough signatures to get on the ballot.
CalExit is more of a kind of a left-leaning secessionist movement out there, and I want to point out I support all secessionist movements. I don't care if they're socialist or conservative or whatever their motivation is. I think that we need to have more choices.
Yes, I'm a libertarian myself, so
good.
There's a large swath of libertarians through our organization. So CalExit wants to fully secede from the United States. We would like to be an additional star on the flag.
I see. So you want to be another state while Calexit is looking to leave the United States. I personally, I would want to leave the United States. I don't see any reason to stay in that particular political organization. They just seem like a bunch of evil people, and I wouldn't want to be affiliated with them. But regardless, I still like the idea of any level of secession is a good idea. And I guess you guys think it's probably more likely to succeed if you don't try to leave the Union?
Yes. Yes. I have a feeling with that. There's sort of like tanks and missiles and things that would be aligned against us if we tried to leave.
Yeah, the old fearmonger tactic of they're going to bomb us. I got you.
And I personally, I think the Constitution's pretty good if we actually use it.
Well, when was the last time that happened?
Yeah, it's been. I think it was at least lasted for 3 or 4 years after it was written. Maybe not with the. Maybe not with the Whiskey Rebellion. I mean, the Whiskey Rebellion happened before the ink was dry on the Bill of Rights.
There's no doubt that the objection of the government is going to use violence on us is the most. I would say the most common objection to seceding. I've done a lot of secessionist outreach, and that's usually what you hear is that they're going to drop bombs on us. They're going to roll in tanks. And to me, it's like, hello, if that's what you think the government is going to do to you, that's exactly why you need to secede.
Why? It's like an abusive relationship.
It sure is.
You know what? If I try to leave him, he will shoot me.
Yeah, absolutely.
I can't leave. He'll beat me. He'll pull a gun on me. What will he do to the kids?
Tom, keep us in the loop here on this. Let us know as all this develops, what happens next. Always interested in hearing from the secessionist movement out there, and I thank you for the call tonight. The toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. You can bring up whatever you want and take control of the airwaves here on Free Talk Live. Whether it's secession or whatever's on your mind, it goes on the radio on Free Talk Live.
Does your dog itch, scratch, stink, or shed like crazy? Come to Dynovite for help.
Order a 90-day supply of Dynovite.
Everything we tried failed except the Dynovite.
Pick up 2 bottles of Super Mega Fish Oil.
Get the 3rd bottle free. Packed with omega-3, DHA, and EPA fatty acids.
Super Mega is great for your dog's immune system, healthy skin, and soft, shiny fur.
Dogs love it. Try Super Omega Fish Oil.
Buy 2, get 1 free.
At Dynovite.com.
DINOVITE.com.
Cryptocurrencies are successful because of good technology. The liberty-loving voluntarists who founded Zencash in 2017 took the best tech, like zero-knowledge anonymity and decentralized autonomous organizations, and are creating a secure platform for money, messages, and media that can be sent to anyone, anywhere in the world. Zencash is a cryptocurrency dedicated to peace, anonymity, and decentralization. Find out more at zencash.com. That's zencash.com.
It's been said, any society is only 3 missed meals away from chaos. Those times may be near. Think about it. Our country faces multiple terrorist threats and aggressions from Russia and North Korea. Social unrest and violent marches yet again may lead to looting of stores and city shutdowns. And our crumbling infrastructure leaves our power grid vulnerable to long-term outages from a single cyber attack. When the chaos from any one of these threats arises, the government knows it can't provide during a widespread national emergency. That's why you need your own plan for self-reliance. That's where My Patriot Supply comes in. Get a 4-week survival food supply for only $99. That includes breakfast, lunches, and dinners. Order online at preparewithgcn.com. $99 for 4 weeks of survival food that tastes like homemade cooking and lasts up to 25 years from My Patriot Supply. Get your kits today at preparewithgcn.com. Free shipping is included. Preparewithgcn.com.
Hi, I'm Montel Williams. Most of you know me as a talk show host, but I'm also an author, actor, single father of 4, a fitness writer, avid snowboarder, and I'm also a medical marijuana patient. Like many of the million people who are living with multiple sclerosis, I'm in pain every single day. And sometimes my nerves are so raw that if you brushed up against me in an elevator, I'd scream. I can't sleep at night from the pain, and sometimes the spasms in my legs are so intense they will wake me up throughout the night. I've tried the strongest prescription medications available, and I'm going to tell you, they do not work. In fact, they leave me in a stupor, and most of the time, it's impossible to even live your life. Now, I've tried medical marijuana, and I'm going to tell you something, it works. If you'd like more information about medical marijuana, you can contact the Marijuana Policy Project at mpp.org or call 1-877-JOIN-MPP.
The three most important things you can do for Free Talk Live are: 1, share one episode a week on Facebook or in some other social networking site. 2, buy the things you buy online through shop.freetalklive.com. 3, give $5 a month to the AMP program. It's my firm belief that Free Talk Live's AMP program is the best use of your charitable dollar among liberty-oriented organizations. Support all the organizations you love, but make sure you give $5 a month to AMP at amp.freetalklive.com.
In Survivor Max 2, School Bites, Max must scavenge through a wasteland swarming with the undead. Desperate to find the medicine he needs, he discovers a community of survivors at his former school. Has he finally found the safe haven he's been looking for, or will he discover that school bites? Look for Survivor Max on Facebook, read reviews on Amazon, and read Chapter 1 at survivormax.com.
Do you love Twitter? Make sure you favorite the LRN.FM Twitter account so you can receive our tweets at twitter.lrn.fm. That's twitter.lrn.fm.
This is Free Talk Live. Dial toll free. Bring up anything that you want. Our number is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. Of course, you can bring up whatever you want. Ian Johnson and Will in the studio here tonight. So, I mean, you guys were pretty quiet during that call with New California. Any thoughts? I mean, you know, what first hit you there?
It's the same thing over and over again. And
What
to
do you
me,
mean?
they're like, he's like, well, what we want to do is we want to get freedom by setting up a new state. Whatever. As soon as he was like, so what we're going to do is like, we just don't like the liberals. So we're going to make the liberals have their own state and we're going to have our right-wing utopia.
Well, I mean, how do you have secession? I mean, you can do individual secession, right? That's a cool thing. That's what we did with the Shire Society Declaration at shiresociety.com, which Ron Paul signed late 2017, and that is a personal declaration of secession from the idea of the state, and I think that's important for somebody's mindset. But unfortunately, that's not going to stop the state from continuing to think you owe them.
They're not saying that they're doing that, though.
No, they're not individually seceding. They're creating a state, as you're talking about.
They're saying,
but
you know
what I'm saying is,
they're looking for the federal government of the United States acceptance. They're openly saying, we are courting the acceptance of our slaveholders.
It's actually right here in their declaration. They call it the affirmation of allegiance to the United States of America.
Yeah, I'm sorry. Good. Next.
Well, I mean, it's not for me, right? Like, I'm not interested in joining their secession movement, but at the same time, Will, I mean, would you also be so critical of, let's say, the state of New Hampshire trying to secede from the United States? Because that still involves the idea of the state, right? It's still this terrible artifice, this old, decrepit idea of violence, the state that's trying to leave another state.
All I really see their secession movement as is politics, not philosophy.
California or New Hampshire?
This New California movement. It's about politics. It's not about like a belief or a philosophy of liberty. They don't like the political party that's in power in their state, so they want to split the state and separate a portion of the state off where people who follow that political philosophy can live, and then they can have their own place where they can enforce their political philosophy on the minority who live in their state.
Right. I mean, he says he's a libertarian, but there's probably a lot of non-libertarians who are involved in this.
If you want
probably a lot of conservatives.
I'm sorry, man. If you're telling me that you don't like that you're a part of a minority and you don't like being oppressed by the state, and your solution is to create a new state so that you can oppress the minority within your state, you're not a libertarian, and you're literally just shuffling the chairs around on the Titanic.
Well, I've heard about this for a while in also in the state of New York, and
the idea of seceding.
Yeah, the idea of seceding from New York City.
Right.
And you know, I'm with you. I support any sort of level of secession, and I also think it would be very funny to have New York.
New York.
New York. So, that would be just fine. And then New Hampshire, why not?
I don't think that in the case of this gentleman here, I'm not going to impugn his belief system and say that he wants to impose his beliefs on somebody. I don't think that somebody getting involved in New California necessarily believes that. They just see this as a way to get out from underneath somebody else's control. There are definitely going to be the people you're talking about, the conservative types who want to come in and impose their theocratic rule or something like that on others. And the conservatives are going to be dominant in this New California because there just aren't that many libertarians. But for the kind of person who's like, dug in, they've got their roots down in California, and we've met these people before, like, well, why don't you move to New Hampshire? Well, it's warm here, and I've got family here. And they just don't want to go. This is something that kind of person can get excited about because it doesn't require them to pick up and actually do anything besides go to some political meetings.
See, for me, it's not something to get excited about because the messaging itself says what the viewpoint is. When you lead in with messaging about it's about the political party and we're tired of the one political. Okay, you just let in. That tells me that this isn't about philosophy to you people.
No.
It's about your right wing, their left wing.
How many secession movements are about philosophy?
I think the New Hampshire secession movement is about philosophy.
The New Hampshire secessionists that are active tend to be libertarians.
Yeah.
Which would mean that they would agree philosophically. But if you want a secession movement to succeed, then you have to attract people on a variety of different reasons. Like most people in New Hampshire, while they might be liberty-friendly more so than in a lot of places, they may not describe themselves as libertarians. They may not know exactly what the non-aggression principle is, even if they've been following it their whole lives. You only might be able to attract some of those people by saying, we're going to get you out from underneath the federal government. Do you like the federal government? No? Okay, then you want to support secession.
Yeah,
there's going to be people like that.
New California is not saying that. New California is saying what we're going to do is we're going to replace the behemoth left-wing government with the behemoth right-wing government, and
I'm
magically,
sure a lot of them are like,
because unicorns fart rainbows, it'll just magically not be the same thing.
I'm sure half the message out there has got to be, let's get away from them heathens. Them godless heathens with their debauchery and their
Mexicans,
them gay folk in San Francisco.
I don't know. Legal devil weed.
I don't know about the Mexicans because the whole south of in the New California, the whole south of the state, which is mostly Mexicans in California. It's ridiculous.
I do have their statement here.
That's
if you want
part
to
of New California.
Yeah, let's hear the statement.
This is so there's two parts. There's the affirmation of allegiance to the United States that comes first, and then the Declaration of Independence. So here's the first part. With faith, diligence, and our sacred honor, we do hereby declare our unity with natural law and the United States of America's Constitution. We stand firm in our pledge to maintain and support the freedoms of the people of our nation and New California at all times, at home and abroad. With God as our witness, honoring the foundational principles, we take this obligation freely, without any mental reservation or purpose of evasion, to stand together as free citizens of New California, to be a sovereign state of that nation which we hold dear, the United States of America. Now, that's awfully different than what Tom there said, which was basically, we're afraid of being bombed. Going on, it says, one more paragraph here. As we seek to remain a member of our union in order to form a more perfect union, we resolve to create the free, sovereign, and independent state of New California due to the past and current government of California having failed in their oath of office, obligations, and responsibilities as representatives of we the people to provide a republican form of government as guaranteed by Article 4, Section 4 of the United States Constitution. So that's basically their oath of allegiance, or their affirmation of allegiance.
It looks here the founder of this movement, Paul Preston, is popular among the Tea Party in California and is a right-wing radio show host in California. So there you go. Now we know
surprised.
It is right-wing authoritarianism. We're mad because we don't have control of the state, so we're just going to split the state in half so that we can have control over our own spot.
So here's their declaration. We hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, property, and the pursuit of happiness. To secure these rights, governments are instituted among men deriving their just powers from the consent of the governed. Now, how many times has that actually worked out?
Never.
No, it has never worked out.
Ink was not dry on the Constitution. The blood was not dry on the battlefield before George Washington and the federal government was marching an army against whiskey and paper makers. They don't mention that paper makers were also involved in that.
Really?
Whiskey and paper makers in Pennsylvania marched an actual army. That's the definition of treason that's laid out to make war against the states.
That sounds though like that's where I want to be in New California. That I don't have to pay any taxes because I don't consent. Right?
Well, right.
I don't consent. So you don't have any power over me because you derive your power from the consent of the government. I don't consent, so I don't pay any taxes,
I wish
right?
that argument would work in front of a judge, man. I've tried. I've been in courtrooms and I've brought that one up like, it says here in your Constitution, because they almost all say that.
Right.
If you go and look at any state constitution, there's going to be some variant on governments are, basically legit because people consent to it. And so...
governments actually derive their power from the barrel of a gun.
That's what Chairman Mao said, and he was absolutely right about that.
Well, I'm looking at I'm looking at a statement from the founder of the New California movement, and I'm sorry to tell you, but that's not the way things are going to be there, because one of the reasons for them to have created this movement is because as it is now with with high taxes and shoddy education, the state as a whole is, quote, ungovernable. So they want control.
They want to govern.
They want to govern. That's why they have this movement. This is statism.
They want to govern their way.
Exactly. We're mad because we don't get to call the shots. We're going to call it freedom once we can.
The toll-free number here tonight is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. We can continue with their declaration here in moments. And your thoughts are certainly welcome on Secession. It's Free Talk Live.
It's about time something new came along for better selling and buying online. And I found it.
What now, Marge?
It's buysellmakeoffer.com.
Never heard of it.
It's a brand new company. That's why you've never heard of it. It's the newest and best way to sell any products online. I did all the research.
Sell my car?
Yes.
Our home?
Yep.
My golf bag?
Your golf clubs. All of them.
How about your purse collection hoard?
Hey, now.
You said any product.
Right. I did. We get 30 days free.
Really?
Packages starting from only $9.95. And buysellmakeoffer.com will never charge item fees, ever. Never. And this is cool. Listen to this. You can even use Skype or video to show your items.
That's cool.
Yes. All we have to do is go to the website, sign up, and then load our stuff to sell. I love this site.
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. You got it?
Buysellmakeoffer.com.
Buysellmakeoffer.com. Better selling, better buying.
I love My Magic Mud. I drink a lot of coffee. I had stains on my teeth. Then I found My Magic Mud, and I was told it would remove stains. So I paid attention when I brushed the first time. My Magic Mud is black tooth powder, and the difference it made in my teeth in one application was noticeable. With 4, my teeth were as white as you normal folks out there. Please go to mymagicmud.com and buy a jar. There's 150 applications for $25. You can use Bitcoin, mymagicmud.com.
Did you know you can watch Free Talk Live during our live show 7 days a week from 7 to 10 p.m. Eastern via our studio cams at cam.freetalklive.com? Plus, you can chat with other listeners while you watch, all totally free. Now that our live video stream is hosted by YouTube, our video archives will be online even faster. So be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel. Listen, watch, and chat all free at cam.freetalklive.com. That's cam.freetalklive.com.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 2 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.05 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,335 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $39, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,966. Antiwar.com reports at least 36 people have been confirmed killed, potentially many more, in a pair of coordinated suicide bombings on Monday in the Iraqi capital of Baghdad, targeting day laborers in Tehran Square. Laborers gather daily in the square looking for construction jobs and have been targeted in the past. On Monday, a suicide bomber with an explosive belt hit the crowd and started a panic, and another bomber detonated shortly thereafter, compounding the casualties. On top of the large number of dead, estimates put the wounded between 90 and 100. There's been no claim of responsibility, though speculation is that it's just the latest in a long line of attacks by the Islamic State. An attack by the Islamic State right now would be particularly embarrassing for the government, as officials have declared victory over them and seem confident that Iraq's long-standing security woes might be improving. Whether it's the Islamic State or someone else, the attack in Tehran Square shows that security is bad as ever.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports the emergency worker who mistakenly caused a ballistic missile alert to be sent across Hawaii was reassigned pending outcome of an internal investigation. A spokesman for the Hawaii Emergency Management System did not say on Monday what the worker would be doing, but said it is a role that has no access to the warning system. The 38 minutes of confusion early Saturday caused panic for 1.4 million Hawaiians who were already on edge because late last year the state reinstated its Cold War-era nuclear warning system after North Korea fired a ballistic missile. The Federal Communications Commission is investigating the mishap, which happened just after 8 a.m. Saturday when the worker selected the wrong item on a computer program's drop-down menu, which gave two options: Test Missile Alert and Missile Alert. The employee has been with the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency for 10 years. A spokesman for the agency said the company is receiving death threats over the matter via anonymous telephone calls. FCC Chairman Ajit Pai on Sunday said Hawaii did not have reasonable safeguards in place to prevent erroneous alerts like the one on Saturday.
Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into Zencash. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io.
Reuters reports a California couple has been charged with torture after police rescued their 13 malnourished children from a home where some of them had been chained to beds, and neighbors on Monday described the family as shut-ins who shunned social contact. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office said police made the discovery after a 17-year-old girl escaped the house in Paris, about 70 miles east of Los Angeles, and used the cell phone she had found in the house to make the call. The girl, who officers initially thought was about 10 years old, contacted police on Sunday after escaping the one-story house. The parents, David Allen Turpin and Louise Anna Turpin, were arrested and each charged with 9 counts of torture and 10 counts of child endangerment. They were ordered held on $9 million bail each. Neighbors said the Turpins and their children rarely emerged from the unkempt home in the new-built development of closely spaced single-family houses. Wendy Martinez said her only contact with the Turpins came as she passed the house at night in October. 4 children were installing sod in the yard while the mother watched from the door, and none responded when Martinez said hello. Martinez said they were very, afraid, like they had never seen people before. Police said 6 of the couple's children were minors, while the other 7 were over 18 and ranged in age from 2 to 29. The Turpins are due in court on Thursday. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
Seniors thunder into a local high school parking lot like coalition forces entering Baghdad. A substitute teacher just needs to make it to her car before breaking down in tears. And a college freshman tells his roommate there's no need to hide his masturbation from him. And now a week in review that truly requires no introduction. The nation's students announced this week that they have reluctantly agreed to give the American education system yet another chance, saying they hope educators keep their promises of smaller class size, better school supplies, and intensified efforts to raise the country's international math ranking. The nation's students vowed to give the education system one more shot, despite claiming to have been burned many, many times in the past. In other news, a man overcomes alcoholism without the help of Jesus, and an outcast student and a lonely teacher have begun a somewhat endearing sexual relationship. And that was a free lesson in top-shelf journalism. For more news, videos, and reminders of your insignificance, visit theonion.com/newsbeat.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
It's Free Talk Live. Dial in, toll free, bring up whatever's on your mind. Our number here, 855-450, free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733, or Skype in at Skype username LRN.FM. We've been talking actually about secession tonight. There's news headlines, USA Today and elsewhere, about New California declaring independence from the state of California in order to join the Union, in order to become the 51st state. And that is what's making the headlines. We had one of the New Californians call us tonight, a guy who's actually called the show a few times in the past. He was involved previously in the state of Jefferson, which for those that don't know is like a Northern California thing. Northern California, Southern Oregon, there's this sort of carve-out there of people who believe in the idea of the state of Jefferson seceding from that area and becoming its own state. The guy who'd called us last night said there was some sort of tumult within the state of Jefferson movement, so they formed this New California thing. And the New California landmass just basically goes all the way down the eastern, northern, eastern, and then to the southern areas of the state. It carves out like probably 80% of the, I mean, that's just from me glancing at the map, maybe even more than 80% of the landmass of California. He said it was 40-something of the counties, and that have people that have signed on to this new Declaration of Independence for the state of New California. Joining you in the studio tonight, by the way, you've got me, I'm Ian. And Johnson.
Why did you point it at Will? For some reason, I thought you were signaling him to go next.
I don't think I was pointing at Will, but if I did, then I apologize. But
he pointed at you. Am I imagining things?
I think I was pointing at him because he was sitting back and he was like way far away from his microphone.
Yeah.
But
you
anyway.
Control freak, you.
Anyway, let's go to the phones here.
Everybody freak out on the Discord chat room about the what we've called Fuchsia Tuesday, the Crypto Armageddon.
Oh, and nobody's going to even remember this in 3 months. You know that, right?
That's why we called it Fuchsia Tuesdays, because nobody cares.
Yeah, it's just another bounce. It's just another dip. But some people are saying this is the beginning of the end, Will. And we can talk more about cryptocurrency here in a moment. But since we're on the topic of secession, we're going to go to your calls and thoughts here. You can bring up what you want. It's Ricky in the Commonwealth of Pennsylvania. Ricky, you're on Free Talk Live on Skype.
Thank you there, Brother Ian. My favorite topic. Brother Johnson, good evening. I heard that other caller. I got to tell you, Brother Ian, I haven't laughed in 3 years.
Why? What was so funny about it?
I agree with this time, Brother Ian.
You haven't laughed in 3 years? That's a pretty sad story, dude.
What's that?
You haven't laughed in 3 years, or that laughed that hard?
Well, no, it isn't. Yeah, but you know what? A knee slapper here. Now, here you got Ricky from the Commonwealth wanting to do it the right way. I'm running for office. The best way to do it is from the inside, and I'm doing my share with the legislature.
Why is that the best way to do it? I mean, if you run for office, that's not going to cede from the state of Pennsylvania.
No, here's the thing. First of all, I listened to that caller there, and, you kind of got it pegged right. If you read the Constitution, one of the things that's actually, and they're going to have a lot of problems with this. Now, I think the Constitution's a piece of garbage. So the best thing is to blow it away. He thinks it's pretty good. Of course, he's a libertarian that's a damn statist.
So wait a minute. What are you saying? Are you saying that you support seceding from the United States, or support the non-populous areas of Pennsylvania seceding from Pennsylvania?
No. There's only one way to be successful. And the reason why, if you read the Constitution, one of the things that is forbidden is if you already have a ratified state, in the case of California, And this is really interesting because our government did it with West Virginia. But you cannot actually secede another territory from a territory that was already ratified as a state. Now, see, and I think it's stupid because, like, you're right, they want to govern. Now, Governor Jerry Brown is the best thing that ever happened to California. You tell me they're going to do better than him? Look at how hard he's working.
I don't think anyone cares about how hard a governor works, and I don't think they work particularly hard. People who work in construction, those folks work hard.
Yeah,
politicians, they got nice soft hands.
Well, can I tell you something, no, Brother Ian? I mean, the fact is you're very right. Now, let's take Pennsylvania as an example. Now, if we blow the state away, we instantly go back into the day of William Penn. We go back into the day.
If you blow the state away, what do you mean by that?
Well, if you blow the Federalist away, the state go with them. See, the state.
What does that even mean? I don't even understand you.
Blow the Constitution away. Goodbye.
Which Constitution?
Goodbye, Constitution.
The U.S. Constitution?
Damn straight.
Okay.
Damn straight.
So you support seceding straight out into leaving the United States. So you would be more on the side of declaring independence and just having your own nation state.
And I'll tell you why. Because in our case, like right now, you got this damn, as an example, we spend more time in Pennsylvania.
Ooh, listen, Rabbit. Yosemite Sam never makes a mistake. Now get that flea-bitten carcass off in my real estate.
Now, I don't know if that is as... I mean, Will, you requested Yosemite Sam, but I don't know, man. I don't know if it really fits. I don't know if Yosemite Sam fits for Ricky and Commonwealth.
Brother Ian, I'll tell you. Economics. In the case of us, like what I'm looking like is, here's what the attitude is at the congressman's office. Look at the cannabis. They're trying to push this medical cannabis on us. The people didn't want it this way. No.
Pay attention to me, boy. I'm not just talking to hear my head roar.
We want the thing fully legalized.
I just feel like it's just better. Foghorn Leghorn's just better for him.
Right, and I found out a lot.
Yeah, you agree. All right, thanks for the call tonight. Toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE. That's 855-450-3733.
That dog's as subtle as a hand grenade in a barrel of oatmeal.
All right, so you can bring up anything that you want here on Free Talk Live. We were talking about the state of New California. They have a 3-page document, and to their credit, it's relatively short, big font, big print, not hard to get through this one. They've got the first page here, which is the affirmation of allegiance to the United States, and that's where the hosts of Free Talk Live are immediately going to break from any kind of wanting to be involved in something like this. I think almost everybody on this program is not interested in being part of the United States government. I mean, why would anybody want to continue with that particular relationship?
I mean, unless it's being a part of the United States government.
I don't get it.
I mean, sure. Give me the money.
Oh, you want to work for them?
Sure.
Oh,
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, just give me all the cash. I'll take it and
I hear the
walk
post
away.
office is hiring.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Conan's working there now, by the way.
For me, man, I mean, if you're just going from like one set of state slave masters to another set of state slave masters, it's not changing anything. I mean, just move to Texas then. I mean, seriously. I mean, it's that big.
A lot of Californians are moving to Texas.
Then do that. If that's what you want. I mean, because that's what it sounds like to me, is it's not, they don't want freedom. They want right-wing government. And if you want right-wing government, just move to another state. There's plenty of right-wing government all over the U.S.
Sure
move
enough.
to Tennessee.
There's Utah right there.
You can move to Tennessee. They'll be happy to give you a 7-cent gas tax that they can give to the governor's the gas company that the governor owns.
How nice.
Yeah, they literally, the state of Tennessee, under the direction of the governor, who was a Republican, with a Republican majority in the House and a Republican majority in the Senate, passed a 7-cent gas tax that when it all came out later, to fix the roads.
Mm-hmm.
When there's a surplus, right, a surplus. They have over $1 billion more than what they need.
Okay.
And they had to raise the tax anyway, and it comes out later that that tax will create a slush fund for Pilot and Flying J, that basically whatever the government doesn't spend and doesn't request back, Pilot and Flying J get to keep.
And he's involved with those companies?
His wife owns, quote unquote, Pilot Flying J while he's governor. But, he won't be governor anymore as
And then
of
he'll
2018.
be back as CEO.
And then he will be CEO of Pilot again. So basically,
Wow.
a Republican-controlled state just, voted their biggest company buddy, a slush fund at the taxpayer's expense.
That's how it works.
My question is how long before, once New California gets its formation, before some cities crop up in New California and the cities of those governments become liberal and liberals start moving into those cities, and then they need to form New California.
Probably going to be 100 years or something like that. Because again, there is a factor. People do to some extent vote with their feet, and there's no doubt that people who want left-leaning governments, they're going to move to the old California and Seattle and places like that. We're coming up here, Free Talk Live.
Thinking about getting into cryptocurrency but feel overwhelmed by the high price of Bitcoin? Or maybe you've used Bitcoin in the past, but were turned off by the high transaction fees and slow transfer times. It's time you looked into Dash. Dash is digital international money that you can send anywhere, anytime for less than a nickel. With Dash, your transactions can be instant and private. Dash offers a fully incentivized and decentralized peer-to-peer network where miners are rewarded for keeping the network fast, strong, and safe for its users. Start your journey at Dash.org. Since its launch in 2014, Dash has made a huge impact in the crypto world and is showing no signs of stopping. Check out Dash.org for more information about Dash and get in now on the future of cryptocurrency. Dash.org.
From the second letter of Captain Mark. Any pirate knows that commerce is communication. Markets condense oceans of information into a single price. Innovations in communication are circumventing the scrutiny of the Crown. This signals a change in the coin of the realm. The Crown uses digital currency to surveil, censor, seize, and destroy wealth at will, so pirate currency must protect us from this weaponized money. We need to move funds further, faster, cheaper, and without third-party observation, basing decisions on an accelerating flow of information. So pirates require nearly instantaneous transactions with no arbitrary limits on volume or artificial influences on fees. Most importantly, a pirate currency must preclude centralization. Otherwise, it will become another link in our chain to the Crown. A superior currency will result in the obsolescence of the coin of the realm and the extinction of the Crown itself. Trade above the grid. Join us at pirateswithoutborders.com.
Why did you move to the Shire?
I moved here to the Shire because there's other people around who take liberty just as seriously as I do.
I moved to the Shire because I saw videos of people challenging authority and thought that I could get support myself. It called to me, like, do this right now.
I wanted to be around people like me who got it, and once I got here, I knew there was nowhere else that I wanted to be.
I've always wanted to change the world, so I moved to the Shire to join people who were actually working towards doing the same thing.
The people here are awesome, loving, and positive. It was for the adventure and for the feeling of something important is happening here, and I just wanted to come to sort of be part of that.
Visit ShireSociety.com to read and sign the Shire Society Declaration and learn the reasons why, if you love liberty, you should immigrate to the Shire. Plus, add yourself to the Shire map at ShireSociety.com. That's ShireSociety.com. Did you know we've taken our LRN.FM telephone listen line to a new level with the LRN.FM audio on demand line? Now you can call 712-770-8447 anytime and listen to LRN.FM's live feed. And you can listen to a bunch of our original shows on demand. Long distance fees may apply. Just dial 712-770-8447 and choose from the menu. 712-770-8447. Ross Ulbricht was convicted in early 2015 of running the infamous Silk Road Underground Market. The Silk Road was a gift to humanity and helped reduce the harms brought on by drug prohibition. For this good deed, Ross has been sentenced to life in prison with no possibility of parole. Now, an appeal is Ross's only chance, and he needs your support. Please visit freeross.org, where you can contribute via various methods, including Bitcoin. Visit freeross.org. That's freeross.org.
If you enjoy LRN.FM, please contribute to your favorite shows via their websites and become an amplifier at amp.lrn.fm. That's amp.lrn.fm.
It is Free Talk Live. You can bring up whatever you want here. The toll-free number is 855-450, free like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. We do have Skype, and the Skype username is LRN.FM. Here in studio with you tonight, it's Ian.
And Johnson.
And Will.
Also, we've got more of the Declaration of Independence. Relatively short. We read the first couple sentences, and there really aren't that many. So we'll finish up with that here in moments. You, of course, can bring up anything you want. And you can do it via toll-free number at 855-450 free. We've got Skype at Skype username LRN.FM. And there's the new LRN Discord that Johnson just joined up with. We are now up to, I think, close to 150 members, which makes it apparently the number one libertarian Discord out there. There's different conversations that you can have in there, different channels.
Top 1%.
There's cryptocurrency, there's gaming, there's like a general discussion, and then there's show specific. So like during Free Talk Live or Call to Freedom, you can be in there talking about whatever's relevant to whatever you want with the other people who listen to these programs. So check it out at discord.lrn.fm. And Whole Food Multi-Complete, you need to know about that because over 60% of Americans take a nutritional supplement. And for good reason. Nutrient depletion of our soil coupled with dependence on processed foods has left a lot of people deficient in essential nutrients. But where do you start? If you visit a naturopath, you're likely going to be told that a cheap vitamin mineral supplement doesn't cut it. You'll also need probiotics, enzymes, antioxidants, and other nutrients. And by the time it's all said and done, you're buying 5 bottles of product and spending $150 per month. If that's a situation you've experienced, then you need to know about Whole Food Multi-Complete. For 15 years, Whole Food Multi-Complete has been quietly providing what the big guys won't, the perfect blend of supplements in a single product, and they've taken the expense and complexity out of following a complete supplement program. So visit simplifymysupplements.com to learn more, and you can use coupon code FTL to get 10% off your order every time you order. If you would like, you can also pay with Dash, and your satisfaction is guaranteed or your money back. If you do want to pay with Dash, you have to email them, and don't forget to mention the code in your email. That's code FTL for the 10% off at simplifymysupplements.com. We're talking about kind of the different approaches to the idea of secession. Will, you were being pretty critical of the New California folks, basically saying this just seems like a group of conservatives who want to take their viewpoint and shove it down other people's throats, and they're mad because they haven't been able to do so at the state level in the state of California. So they're declaring independence.
Yeah, basically. We're not getting our way in the state government here, so let's just make our own state so we can force our way on other people. Like I said, man, you know, if you want right-wing government, there's plenty of right-wing government out there. Move to Texas, move to Tennessee, move to Florida.
It's a lot easier to do that than to try to secede from
not only is it easier, the cost of living in these states is lower, the economies in these states is lower, the taxes in these states are lower. And you can see that living under conservative majority government still gets you high property taxes, still gets you taxes that are going to cronies. It doesn't stop. It doesn't get you free open carry. Republican governors, at the request of Republican representatives, will pull open carry bills and like all the stuff you see left-wing governors and Democrat senators doing in your state. You get to move to a Republican state and watch Republicans do the same exact thing.
I think that there's a great quote out there that says laws are like sausages, and you don't ever want to have to see them being made. But I think it's also appropriate to say that laws are also like sausages. Don't try and shove them down other people's throats.
Exactly. So here's the rest of their...
At least not without consent.
Their Declaration of Independence here. When in the course of human events it becomes necessary for one people to dissolve the political bands which have connected them with another, and to assume among the powers of the earth the separate and equal station to which the laws of nature and nature's God entitle them, that they should declare the causes which cause them to separate. Whenever any form of government becomes destructive of these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, and to institute new government, laying its foundation on such principles and organizing its powers in such design that is most likely to affect their safety and happiness.
So they copy-pasted 2/3 of the Declaration of Independence.
Yeah.
And
I mean, it was a pretty good declaration.
Sounds like the Constitution Party to me. That's what it sounds like.
Governments,
sounds like the Constitution Party. Lots of invocation of God. I'm surprised they didn't say Jesus Christ specifically.
Right.
You know, I was just waiting.
They
on
did
that.
capitalize nature's God with N and G.
Yeah,
That
makes sense.
Governments long established should not be changed for light and transient causes, and accordingly, all experience has shown mankind is more disposed to suffer, while evils are sufferable, than to right themselves by abolishing the forms to which they are accustomed. However,
that's true.
Yep.
There's a lot of forms to which people who are in government are accustomed to. Lots and lots and lots of forms.
Now they're going to have their own forms.
Yeah.
In New California. However, when a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power
Is that
without...
the longest? That would be the longest state name now, wouldn't it?
New
Like
California?
characters? Right?
New Hampshire's pretty long.
I still feel like California
You
is
might be
longer
right.
than Hampshire.
Yeah, I don't have the words in front of me. So, however, when a long train of abuses and acts to seize and hold the people's power without legal authority, and pursuing invariably the same object that clearly demonstrates a design to reduce them under absolute despotism, it is their right, it is their duty to throw off such government and to provide new guards for their future security. Now, I have there's actually a section of the New Hampshire Constitution that is the right to revolution. It's New Hampshire Constitution, Article 10, that basically says kind of the same thing here, that anytime the governments become evil or whatever, which of course they are always, but regardless, that you have the right to abolish it. And of course, doesn't really say what that looks like. Because again, I believe in individual secession. I think that if the individual doesn't consent, then the government shouldn't be able to rule over them, unless we're talking about this person's a murderer, in which case your consent, shouldn't matter.
Yeah.
In that particular case.
Well, you cede your rights when you violate you cede certain rights of your own when you violate
someone
the rights
else's.
of others. If you steal property from someone else, you cede the right to. In my opinion, you cede the right up to the amount that property is, like if I steal, and it's not the same as if I steal if I steal $100 from you, or if I steal your tractor that you use to farm your land that feeds your family. Like, those two thefts are different. So I'm going to I see them as they should be taken differently in a court, because the effect is greater for one theft than it is for the other. So I think everything should be in equity for what actual harm is done.
Absolutely.
What actual violation of rights is done.
Should have be restituted for their loss of whatever the thing was, if it was a thing, and on top of that, whatever inconvenience that they suffered as a result of losing access to said thing. Going on here with their final couple sentences in the Declaration of Independence for New California, quote, "We the people of the counties of New California solemnly publish and declare these counties are, and of right ought to be, a free and independent state," which of course you can't really have that. That's like an oxymoron, right? A free state, which of course why a lot of people have laughed at the Free State Project over time, because it just doesn't make sense. How can you have a free state? The state, by its nature, is a organization based on the coercive, violent monopoly that they have. It's anything but freedom. But regardless, this is the flowery language of the
unless you're talking
Declaration.
about like a state of matter. A solid gas.
Sure.
Liquid.
We're talking not about that. We're talking about the other kind of state.
We're talking about the
evil
violent
state.
monopolies of force within a geographic region.
I mean, maybe they're playing with language though when you talk about a free state.
The state that is the idea, the bad one that we want to abolish. More coming up here in moments. This is Free Talk Live.
Looking for that edge during those intimate moments? We see many ads for enhancement, but the side effects include death. At GCN Team, we should change the Healthy Body, Brain, and Heart Pack to the Healthy Libido Pack. The brain and heart are not the only organs that require a healthy vascular system. For proper blood flow at the right moment, go to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203. That's 877-878-4203.
Frustrated trying to get business capital? Want to take the slow process and rejection out of the equation? GCNLoans.com removes the slow, irritating approval process. Instead, get quick, simple funding. Powered by David Allen Capital, 80% of our pre-qualified clients are approved in days. Pre-qualify at GCNLoans.com and get your money this week. It's that easy. GCNLoans.com. That's GCNLoans.com.
So the protection of life, liberty, and property is what the Free State Project is all about. But it's an effort to move 20,000 people who understand.
It's about demonstrating to the entire country
that, yeah, we can have a free market, a truly free market. Making it just a freer, great place to live.
It's the world's largest voluntarist libertarian community, and it's only getting bigger.
That's amazing, to be able to move to a place where other people passionately believe in being free and independent.
What the Free State Project is managing to do, though, is to put their money where their mouth is. It's physically getting up across the country and saying, let's go someplace and let's demonstrate the power of these ideas. There's a lot of kind of philosophy that surrounds liberty. There's a lot of thinking about it and talking about it. But here in New Hampshire, people are doing it.
101 Reasons Liberty Lives in New Hampshire, a documentary by Free State Project early movers. Watch it free at 101reasonsfilm.com. 101reasonsfilm.com. So you've signed the Shire Society Declaration and are planning your move to New Hampshire to be around more liberty-oriented people. Next, sign up for the Shire Society Forum at forum.shiresociety.com. There are a bunch of people there who are already in the Shire, and they want to meet you. If you're already in the Shire physically, you should also come by the forums. Remember, not everyone uses Facebook. New people are signing up for the Shire Society Forum every month, so drop in and say hello at forum.shiresociety.com. If you want to know the latest about Free Talk Live before we go on the air, all you need to decide is how you want it delivered. It's your choice. Visit news.freetalklive.com. You can get emailed announcements and participate in contests via our email updates list. Plus, we have a Twitter account that you can follow and a Facebook page where you can become a fan. So visit news.freetalklive.com to get news about Free Talk Live as soon as it's announced and the way you want it delivered at news.freetalklive.com. That's news.freetalklive.com.
If you're looking for work, or even if you're not, here's an innocent mistake you really want to avoid. Never return calls before listening to your voicemail. Your wireless phone sends calls you didn't answer into voicemail, and it shows you phone numbers for calls you missed. Important. Don't call back callers you missed until you have first listened to your messages. Otherwise, you frustrate people who bothered to leave messages by asking them to repeat a message they just left as your voicemail greeting instructed them to. If you're a job applicant, this alone could be a deal killer. And even if you're not, there are few things you can convey to someone that are as fundamentally maddening as, "I didn't hear you." With money and attention so scarce now, effective communication skills have never been more important. For more tips for job seekers and everyone else, hit survivalspeech.com. I'm Holland Cook.
You can put the Liberty Radio Network on the air in your area. Visit broadcast.lrn.fm to learn how. Broadcast.lrn.fm.
It's Free Talk Live. You can bring up whatever you want right here, toll free, 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And I want you to know about Zencash. It is one of the myriad of cryptocurrencies out there, but one that sets itself apart from the rest of the pack in a few different ways. One, they've got some of the best anonymity out there. They took the zero-knowledge anonymity and they implemented that into Zcash. It launched in 2017, so it's still relatively new on the scene. They also are working on decentralized autonomous organizations to govern Zencash, which was a big success with the Dash cryptocurrency as well. So they've got some of the best tech out there in crypto, but they've also got a philosophy of peace and anonymity and decentralization. They even reference voluntarism in their white paper. So if the belief system of the programmers of a thing, of one of these cryptocurrencies, is important to you. And to me, it is, because Satoshi Nakamoto seemed to be pretty libertarian, the founder of Bitcoin. So that's why I like to hear this stuff coming from the folks behind Zencash. You can go to zencash.com to learn more about it. And they are, of course, creating a secure platform for money and messages, encrypted messages, that can be sent to anyone, anywhere in the world. It's zencash.com. As we continue here, we will take your calls and your thoughts. We go to Big Loaf. He's on the line on our Discord call-in line on discord.lrn.fm. Hey, Big Loaf.
Hey, how's it going, gentlemen? Good evening. So, Will, I guess this is mostly for you. So, would it be fair to say that you might be skeptical of the idea of secession?
I'm not skeptical of the idea of secession so much as I am skeptical of people who say that they want to replace one violent monopoly on force with another one. See, I come from an area that during the Civil War, we decided we didn't want to be involved in either side. So the eastern portion, the eastern mountain range in Tennessee, decided that they just weren't interested in sending their children to die for something that they didn't care about either way. They just wanted to be free and left alone. And the response of the Confederacy was to march an army in and place that entire area under forced military occupation and treat it the same exact way that the Union did when they came through 3 years later and placed it under military occupation. The Confederates and the Union both treated my ancestors with the same disdain because they both had the same desire to maintain the control of a monopoly of the right to use violence against the rest of the populace. That was what they were after. Neither side was in pursuit of freedom or liberty, no matter how much they liked to gaslight that that's what they were in search of, that's what they were murdering people on both sides of the Mason-Dixon line.
Power
in the name
for others.
of.
Yeah.
They weren't doing it in the name of freedom. They were doing it in the name of power. And whether slavery had anything to do with it or not, to me, is inconsequential because both sides wanted to make both sides wanted to make the people themselves slaves to the government, whether they were picking cotton in a field or being forced to pay half of their wages to the slave masters in the state. And to me, it's the same thing. It's not
yeah, no doubt about any of that. But that's not quite the question I'm asking. I mean, it just sounds like you're generally opposed to the idea. Is that the case?
I didn't hear that out of him tonight. It sounded to me like you were supporting the idea of seceding from the United States, but you still had reservations of having a state in general.
Yes, but I don't see if you're a movement and you're like, I want to secede. Say like if the New Hampshire secession movement decided that it wanted half of New Hampshire wanted to secede from the other half of New Hampshire, but they would still be a part of America, then just move to Vermont. Just move to Vermont.
Well, I mean, don't you agree, though, that that sort of kind of shakes up the discourse, changes the dynamic up a little bit, and potentially...
No.
Really? That's certainly not status quo.
It is, though. If you're saying, you know what, I want to,
status quo.
I don't like big left-wing government, so I'm going to secede half of my state from the other half so that I can create big right-wing government. You could just You could just move across a border to have that, though. So it's not the status quo. It's just recreating another piece of the status quo. So instead of having 50
it's our version of the status quo.
Instead of having 50 status quo states, now we have 51 status quo states. Yay!
But wouldn't 1,000 status quo states be better than 51 or 10,000? I mean, eventually you get down to
status quo.
7 billion.
Nothing changes, right? That's the status quo.
The status quo means nothing changes. What's the point if nothing changes? Why have you can have 5,000 states if they all agree.
Oh, but now New California can ban abortion rather than subsidize it. See, that's different. That's different.
But I'm saying, eventually, don't you get down to where there's 7 billion individual states, and that's what you would call like
Those aren't
live-pair?
states.
Or
Those aren't states.
Well, they'd be sovereign
unless
individuals,
we're
right?
going to the other definition of state, which is to say that which exists,
That thing which exists in a place
at a time or whatever.
Well, I mean, just like the sovereignty is in the individual, right? I mean, eventually, everybody is ruler of themselves, right? Which is the
theory.
ultimate number of states.
I mean, that's
right.
A
I
great
mean, so
theory.
just having more states, like where you have like smaller boots on your throat. I mean, it's still a boot, and boots are bad. But don't you think it's a move to shake things up to maybe make the boot smaller?
It's debatable,
or at least
because
more familiar.
It's debatable because as power gets closer to home, it can also become more of a. It can become more controlling. And it also depends, sometimes a larger government is.
That's true. The federal government
more
doesn't.
distant.
The federal government doesn't care whether Will Coley is going to erect a sign on his front lawn for the mosque that he's opened up. The city of Keene sure does.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. But I get what you're saying, Big Loaf. I understand where you're coming from. It's like, I am not opposed to what they're doing in New California. I wish them the best. I hope they succeed at seceding from the state of California.
Absolutely.
But I also agree with what Will's saying in that, it's not something I'm going to get involved in.
Yeah.
I wouldn't be excited about it if somebody created the, North Country secession movement or the Southwest New Hampshire secession movement to secede back into the United States.
Yeah.
I mean, to me, that's just not, that doesn't get me rolling.
It's moving chairs around on the Titanic.
I mean, I like it all. I was looking at Scotland during that whole vote, and it's like they wanted a socialist government. I'm like, yeah, break it down, man. Go back to the heptocracy, whatever, smaller kingdoms, but we'll take smaller over bigger for real. It changes the dynamic, if anything. But anyways,
I mean, North Korea has a smaller population than the United States. I mean, right? So, it's
yes, they do.
It doesn't necessarily, just because it's a smaller government does not necessarily mean it's going to be a better thing.
No doubt. Yeah, I mean, there's no doubt about that. So if you want to join us, you can. The toll-free number here is 855-450, free like freedom. There's maybe 2 sentences left here in the state of, or New California, the state of New California, or whatever they're calling themselves here, going on. So they want to have the full power to establish and maintain law and order, to promote general prosperity, and to do all other acts and things which an independent New California state may rightfully do. We therefore, the representatives of the counties of New California, appeal to the California legislature and the federal Congress to pass resolutions to create the state of New California. And that's where you go wrong. I mean, again, beyond all the things that you pointed out, Will, they're appealing. That means they're begging. So this proud new state, this new movement, now they are on their knees, kissing the ground, kissing the boot.
I got a collar for you.
A collar? Oh, like to wear. Not a collar on the radio.
I got a collar for you, a leash.
Some spikes on that collar.
We demand longer leashes.
And finally, for the support of this declaration, with a firm reliance on the protection of divine providence, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor.
I demand no choke collars, only leather collars. Choke collars poke, and they're very bad. Choke collars are bad. Leather collars good. Longer leashes for everyone.
The toll-free number tonight is 855.
Go radio. Give a shock collar.
855-450-3733. You can bring up whatever's on your mind. I think we can come back around to the cryptocurrency discussion because we just barely kind of mentioned at the beginning of the show the bloodbath that happened today. And there's some other related news. Of course, you can bring up whatever you want here on Free Talk Live. Cryptocurrencies are successful because of good technology. The liberty-loving voluntarists who founded Zencash in 2017 took the best tech, like zero-knowledge anonymity and decentralized autonomous organizations, and are creating a secure platform for money, messages, and media that can be sent to anyone, anywhere in the world. Zencash is a cryptocurrency dedicated to peace, anonymity, and decentralization. Find out more at zencash.com. That's zencash.com.
The Bitcoin.com wallet is a simple and powerful full-featured Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core wallet that allows you to send and receive either currency with anyone, anywhere in the world. The Bitcoin.com wallet supports both single and multi-signature wallets and is available in multiple languages. Download the Bitcoin.com wallet for easy and secure access to your Bitcoin Core and your Bitcoin Cash. The Bitcoin.com wallet is available for Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, and even Linux. Learn more at Bitcoin.com. That's Bitcoin.com.
Cancer categorizes over 100 diseases. Though we do not diagnose, treat, or cure cancer, GCN team is offering the Clemson University study where there was up to a 95% reduction in cancerous cells when exposed to a plant-derived mineral supplement. If you or a loved one are searching for answers to this horrifying disease, come to GCNteam.com or call 877-878-4203. We'll email you a copy for free. That's 877-878-4203.
This is Dan Pilla. Do you owe the IRS money you can't pay? Are tax debts crippling you? I've defended people from the IRS for over 30 years. I've helped thousands, and I can help you too. I wrote the book on IRS settlement, and I'm telling you, there's no such thing as a hopeless case. Call 800-34-NO-TAX to finally get free of IRS debt. With the IRS's new programs, there's never been a better time to solve your problem. Call 800-34-NO-TAX. That's 800-34-NO-TAX, or my website, danpilla.com.
Free Talk Live.
Are you saying there's something wrong with a gay couple adopting children?
Absolutely.
What could possibly be wrong about that?
Then the children are going to be raised by queers instead of by,
You are homophobic, aren't you, Tom?
No.
I think so.
But anyway.
What's wrong with them being raised by gay people?
Because gay people are unfit to raise children.
Oh, how dare you? I object a lot. I had a friend who was adopted by gay parents, and he grew up just fine with completely normal values, and he's a very normal, functioning member of society.
I've met plenty of gay people in my time who I thought would make fantastic parents and would be far better parents than many of the white trash parents that are out there raising kids today. Tom, do you know any gay people?
I try not to, but...
Yeah, well, that figures, and you're about done. Thanks for the call.
Free Talk Live, 7 nights a week from 7 to 10 Eastern, live on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
Some of you asked, and now we've delivered. LRN.FM's live Keene, New Hampshire studio shows are now streamed in HD on Twitch. Visit our channel at twitch.lrn.fm and give it a follow. If you have Amazon Prime, you get one free subscription on Twitch. If you use it on our channel, Twitch will give LRN.FM a monthly piece of your Prime subscription cost. So please watch, follow, share, and subscribe to twitch.lrn.fm. That's twitch.lrn.fm. The new 4th edition of Healing Our World, The Compassion of Libertarianism, will take your understanding of liberty to a deeper level and has over 1,300 updated references, new cartoons, and a foreword by Dr. Ron Paul. With discounts for multiple book purchases, the 4th edition of Healing Our World is a great gift for the liberals, pragmatists, environmentalists, and Christians in your life who think libertarianism is cold-hearted. Get yours today at healing.freetalklive.com and use promo code FTL for a $5 discount.
You can connect with the Liberty Radio Network via our Facebook page at facebook.lrn.fm. That's facebook.lrn.fm.
Free Talk Live. Dial toll-free. Join us on the radio. Bring up whatever you want. Or don't dial toll-free and call us on Skype. It's a free call there. Also free on our Discord. And actually, so far, we've had 2 calls on Discord tonight. You can join the Discord. It's easy to do. You just go to discord.lrn.fm, and that'll take you to it. You just pop it in your browser, and it'll get you there to their website where you can then install software if you want, or you can use their web version. That's fine, too. Whatever works best for you, and you can get interactive with other Free Talk Live listeners there. And there are also voice chat rooms besides the call-in line. So there's like the call-in one that's at the top. But then later on, like after the show, you want to have a voice chat with some of the other users, you can do that over at discord.lrn.fm. The Blink home security system is a super easy to set up home security system. It really doesn't get any easier than this. You just go to blinkprotect.com/FTL. You'll get 3 Blink cams for what some of the other guys will charge you for 1 security camera. And as soon as they arrive, all you got to do is unbox it, which takes a moment, and then pop the batteries in the cameras, put them wherever you want them, and then set them up via your Wi-Fi-enabled device like a tablet or smartphone. It is super easy and time-saving to get this done. BlinkProtect.com/FTL. And, of course, you can customize when the cameras operate, how long the clips should be. If the cameras detect some motion, they'll send you the clips over the internet to wherever you happen to be, whether you're at work or halfway across the world. You can monitor your home security system from Blink. BlinkProtect.com/FTL. Let's go to the phones, to the fun. My dog Rex is on the line in Florida, listening online via TuneIn. Go ahead, my dog Rex.
Hey, guys. Enjoy your show all the time.
Thanks.
I want to preface my comments or thoughts with this. George Washington, Alexander Hamilton, and John Adams tried to rid the world of Thomas Jefferson. They were three liars and thieves that we all praise like they were so good and great, and they were just diabolical shysters. People don't know that. Alexander Hamilton filed down the trigger mechanism so he could have a faster shoot on Aaron Burr.
Oh, really?
Caused the gun to fire early, giving Aaron Burr a free shot. There should be an Aaron Burr holiday. He ridded us of one bad dude.
All right. Yeah, I mean, so what you're pointing out is that there's a lot of mystique surrounding, this sort of these founders, a lot of worship of these men as though they are gods and they are fallible just like everybody else.
And the state they give us is just a corporation of, I look at it this way. You got the state of California that's ruled by the trustee United States, that's ruled by the master District of Columbia. We're all just slave states. People don't realize this. Virginia, although West Virginia was stolen from Virginia, Virginia did give up land to the United States to make more states in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
But then during the Civil War, because they needed more northern states, the U.S. stole West Virginia from Virginia, where General Lee was from Virginia.
Do you think they want it back? Do you think the people in Virginia want West Virginia back at this point?
No, but
Probably not.
The thing is, will the shysters, pirates, liars, and thieves, robbers, ravens, and pillagers in California feed New California to be a new state, which is where they would need to
No, of course
get
not.
permission from?
Of course not. I mean, I'd love it if they did, because again, I support what they want to do. It's just that I don't think that you get it by begging. I don't think that you secede by begging for permission. Like you take a look at what happened out in Spain as a good recent example. Those people just declared it. They held a vote and they let people vote on the question, and the rest of the state of Spain or the nation of Spain, they weren't acknowledging it. They wouldn't give it its due course. They wouldn't say that it was legitimate. But to the people who were participating in it, the idea of we're doing our own thing now, bye-bye, you just put it out there like we're done. It's over. If you want to stay part of the state of Spain, then please keep paying taxes to Madrid. But if you want to be part of the Catalonia, this area that is seceding from Spain, and actually it's been a while since I've looked for news on that, so I don't know what the latest is on the Catalonian secession movement. But, as of a few months ago, they were declaring their own independence and just saying, this is what we're doing. If you don't like it, well, sorry. You're certainly free to keep paying to Madrid if you want to keep giving them money and getting no services in return. So I'm with you, my dog Rex, on this. Anything else you want to share tonight?
Right. Yeah, well, and if you look at the map of this new California, it looks like a congressional district that's 100 miles long and 5 miles wide, where people just want to eliminate other people from voting or something. It doesn't really look like it makes a whole lot of sense to me.
Thanks for the call tonight. I appreciate hearing from you. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE, 855-450-3733. Certainly, the government of California isn't going to want to let these counties go. This is the bulk of their land mass. What are you laughing about over there, Will?
You said you hadn't looked at the Catalan movement.
It's been a while since I've seen the news.
So I just had to Google it.
Yeah, thank you for doing that.
10 hours ago, it says here, fictional Catalan region of Tabarnia appoints first president. The Tabarnia movement, which parodies Catalan independence demands, has grown increasingly popular, and it swore in its first president. Basically, it's a broad coastal strip from Tarragona to Barcelona, hence the name. It's a good-humored backlash against what many see as the imposition of an independence agenda as part of the Catalonia that has never been voted for, that never voted for secessionist candidates. There's discussions. Spain's prime minister threatening to extend direct rule. It looks like Catalonia has pretty much gotten what they want, but now it's time to move ahead.
Have they, though? Because so I'm seeing this headline that you just mentioned. Mariano Rajoy, who is the statist in Madrid, there vows to extend direct rule in Catalonia if Carles Puigdemont remains in exile. So Puigdemont was one of the reps for Catalonia, basically, who was kind of like the president, if you will, of that region. He took off after they put warrants out for his arrest, and understandably, I mean, they probably want to have his head over this movement. I mean, you got to remember, for listeners that may not have been paying attention when this was going down in 2017, the Madrid government sent thousands of troops in the form of national police into the streets of Catalonia. They occupied the buildings in which people were expected to vote and basically smashed people's heads and used violence on people who were just trying to go and express themselves at this particular vote. I mean, it got crazy. And they literally had cruise ships with Looney Tunes characters on the sides of them. So they commandeered actual cruise lines, pulled them into the Barcelona port, and had a bunch of cops living on these cruise ships. And Warner Brothers was so upset that their characters were being affiliated with the police who'd been, again, hurting people.
Cracking skulls.
Warner Brothers demanded that their characters be covered up. So the cruise lines were actually unrolling big black tarps that were the size of the side of these ships, so they could cover up the Looney Tunes characters. I mean, it was just so ridiculous and crazy what was happening there.
Well, it says 8 of the 70 elected lawmakers who are the separatist parliamentary majority are in jail.
Really?
Mr. Puigdemont is in Belgium, having fled.
Wow.
Then you have Oriol Junqueras.
So they think they're going to arrest their way out of this.
Is also in jail, and they're being denied bail by the judiciary. But they're still trying to move ahead with creating their own government anyway.
Good for them, because that's what you got to do. You've got to push through this. Yeah, the old government, they're going to get violent because that's what governments do, and that's what the caller from California, Tom, had pointed out. That's the reason why they don't want to secede from the United States, is because they're afraid. They don't want to get arrested. So, they're willing to pledge their lives and their sacred honor in their new declaration, but not really. Because their lives aren't going to be on the line from the state of California as much as they would from the federal government.
Well, here's what they found. This is what led to everything and what caused all the anger. It says the courts in Barcelona have found that the former governing party of Catalonia was guilty of taking bribes worth about $6.6 million in euros, awarding building contracts to renovate one of the city's most famous concert halls to Paula de la Musica. Most of the contracts awarded to Ferrovial, one of Spain's main construction companies. The treasurer of the party was sentenced to 4 years and 5 months in prison, while a dozen former officials and consultants who worked for the concert also went to prison.
Don't let all that distract you.
10 years.
Don't let all that distract you from what's going on here. According to the New York Times, there was an election in December, and that was a disappointment to Madrid because the separatist parties kept their parliamentary majority. So there's a large level of support among the people for secession. There's more coming up. Free Talk Live.
Here's a special message for those of you who owe the IRS at least $10,000 or more in back taxes. The IRS has special programs in place that could eliminate or reduce your tax debt by thousands of dollars. Call the Federal Tax Management Helpline that has been set up for you, 800-503-8625. Stop the wage garnishments, levies, and tax liens now. Once you've qualified and enrolled, the IRS will stop all the collection activities against you. These unique programs have been allocated to help the economy and significantly reduce or eliminate your tax burden. The IRS is currently accepting reduced settlements and other favorable programs. You may qualify for substantial savings, so get the help you need. If you owe more than $10,000 in taxes, call for free information and to see if you qualify. Take down the number now for the Federal Tax Management Hotline, 800-503-8625. That's 800-503-8625. 800-503-8625.
Cell 411 is a free app for Android and iOS that replaces government-controlled 911. Cell 411 allows you to preset a group of friends or private organizations to show up at any emergency. Cell 411 is a nightmare for the state because it proves their so-called services aren't needed. Cell 411 has had thousands of installs, and of course it's covered by the BIPCOT no government license. Cell 411 because your friends won't shoot you when you're in trouble. Without the government, who would build the emergency services? You and Cell 411. Get it today at getcell411.com.
Here's a chance to do a little activism while you're cruising Facebook, Twitter, or Google+. Between the LOL cats, the recipes, the hot girls, and the inspirational sunrise memes, Free Talk Live's posts pass by your newsfeed. Like them, comment. It gives us more exposure. If you don't see our posts, click like at facebook.freetalklive.com and then hover over it to click Get Notifications. It's an easy way to spread the ideas of liberty a bit further. I know you're busy, but you can spare that 1/10 of a calorie it takes to click on something. facebook.freetalklive.com.
You're listening to the live edition of Free Talk Live. Hour number 3 is next after the news here on the Liberty Radio Network at LRN.FM.
From Keene, the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.05 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,335 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $39, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,966. Antiwar.com reports at least 36 people have been confirmed killed, potentially many more, in a pair of coordinated suicide bombings on Monday in the Iraqi capital of Baghdad, targeting day laborers in Tehran Square. Laborers gather daily in the square looking for construction jobs and have been targeted in the past. On Monday, a suicide bomber with an explosive belt hit the crowd and started a panic, and another bomber detonated shortly thereafter, compounding the casualties. On top of the large number of dead, estimates put the wounded between 90 and 100. There's been no claim of responsibility, though speculation is that it's just the latest in a long line of attacks by the Islamic State. An attack by the Islamic State right now would be particularly embarrassing for the government, as officials have declared victory over them and seem confident that Iraq's long-standing security woes might be improving. Whether it's the Islamic State or someone else, the attack in Tehran Square shows that security is bad as ever.
For over 40 years, Roberts & Roberts Brokerage has been a trusted source for buying and selling precious metals. Gold, silver, platinum, and palladium. They don't feed the banks. They're Bitcoin preferred and have removed the minimum purchase amount for all orders paid in the digital currency. Call Roberts & Roberts Brokerage today for knowledgeable advice on buying and selling precious metals and a forward-thinking approach to new technologies. 800-874-9760 or visit online at rrbi.co.
UPI reports the emergency worker who mistakenly caused a ballistic missile alert to be sent across Hawaii was reassigned pending outcome of an internal investigation. A spokesman for the Hawaii Emergency Management System did not say on Monday what the worker would be doing, but said it is a role that has no access to the warning system. The 38 minutes of confusion early Saturday caused panic for 1.4 million Hawaiians who were already on edge because late last year the state reinstated its Cold War-era nuclear warning system after North Korea fired a ballistic missile. The Federal Communications Commission is investigating the mishap, which happened just after 8 a.m. Saturday when the worker selected the wrong item on a computer program's drop-down menu, which gave two options: test missile alert and missile alert. The employee has been with the Hawaii Emergency Management Agency for 10 years. A spokesman for the agency said the company is receiving death threats over the matter via anonymous telephone calls. FCC Chairman Ajit Pai on Sunday said Hawaii did not have reasonable safeguards in place to prevent erroneous alerts like the one on Saturday.
Are you looking for a cryptocurrency that has a focus on users and usability? Then look into Zencash. Zencash has the ability to use both transparent and shielded transactions, with shielded transactions using zero-knowledge proofs. Zencash features global governance with inclusive decision-making, reliable funding for continuous improvements, and documentation and wallets in many languages that are available for Linux, Mac, Windows, and Android devices. Learn more at zensystem.io. That's zensystem.io.
Reuters reports a California couple has been charged with torture after police rescued their 13 malnourished children from a home where some of them had been chained to beds, and neighbors on Monday described the family as shut-ins who shunned social contact. The Riverside County Sheriff's Office said police made the discovery after a 17-year-old girl escaped the house in Paris, about 70 miles east of Los Angeles, and used the cell phone she had found in the house to make the call. The girl, who officers initially thought was about 10 years old, contacted police on Sunday after escaping the one-story house. The parents, David Allen Turpin and Louise Anna Turpin, were arrested and each charged with 9 counts of torture and 10 counts of child endangerment. They were ordered held on $9 million bail each. Neighbors said the Turpins and their children rarely emerged from the unkempt home in the new built development of closely spaced single-family houses. Wendy Martinez said her only contact with the Turpins came as she passed the house at night in October. 4 children were installing sod in the yard while the mother watched from the door, and none responded when Martinez said hello. Martinez said they were very, afraid, like they had never seen people before. Police said 6 of the couple's children were minors, while the other 7 were over 18 and ranged in age from 2 to 29. The Turpins are due in court on Thursday. This has been FPP Radio News. Online at fppradio.com.
Crammed into tiny bar stools, cramped diner booths, and filthy cars where moving their limbs is either uncomfortable or impossible, hundreds of thousands of consumers rip apart chicken wings or tear off bites of Heroes and hamburgers every single day, often to the point of bloating, belching, and outright physical pain. Barbecue sauce or hamburger juice will literally dribble down these poor beasts' mouths and onto their shirts, their beards thick with pungent grease. Treated as little more than machines to be stuffed full of smoked pork, marinated chicken, and dry-aged beef, consumers are forced to wait in long lines, often while still fully conscious, before buying their meat and ripping it off the bone with their mouths in plain view of other consumers. The majority of meat consumers are often prodded to ingest vastly more than their bodies can handle thanks to cruel promotions like 25-cent wing nights and family-sized buckets of chicken. Help stop the brutality by visiting.
This is the Onion News Network.
Free Talk Live.
It's Free Talk Live. You can dial toll-free here and bring up whatever's on your mind. Just dial in at 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And you can Skype in at Skype username LRN.FM. In the studio with you tonight, it's Ian.
And Johnson.
And Will.
As we launch here into the third hour of the program, we've talked a lot about secession tonight, mostly California's different secession movements. You might have heard of the Calexit movement, which is kind of the leftist secession movement that are trying to leave from the United States. But now there's another competitor in California for what they're calling New California, which is more of a right-wing secession movement, except in this instance, they want to secede from California into a 51st state. And Sharon is on the line in Long Beach, California, which according to the maps that we were looking at earlier from the New California site, it appears that you are in what they're calling Old California, not the New California.
The L.A. County area, yeah.
Sharon, go ahead with your thoughts.
Well, there's a county line between L.A. County and Orange County, and the two personalities, Orange County and L.A. County, it might as well be two different states. In Orange County, all the richest people live there. They get what they want. If you try to move in, you can't afford to move there. If you try to work there, they bully you around. In LA County, I mean, everybody is struggling. We drive older cars. We live in old apartments. A lot of them had their homes repossessed when we had that phony recession. And it was just a land grab. But it might as well already be two different states. I don't know what he's going to accomplish by trying to go through all the expense and what all, to make it legal.
Yeah, so you said Orange County.
What it'll do is it'll give the party that he likes the majority control of government instead of the party he doesn't like having majority control of government.
All right, now
somehow that's better.
I'm confused here. I'm looking at the New California map on the front page of their, or not front page, but on their website, and it shows. Now there's 3 colors. Johnson, wasn't the map you were looking at before?
Yeah,
two
it was on the 2. Yeah,
okay, I see it here. So New California. They have 2 different New California maps. One is showing red and blue counties. I guess that means that those counties are Democrat or Republican. Maybe I'm not.
I guess
I don't know what that means.
I'm not either anymore. I'm an independent now.
Huh. So maybe they're trying to show that we're not just a Republican movement, that we've got these blue counties in here too. So Sharon, how do you feel about this though? I mean, do you think that the New California counties, should they be allowed to leave?
No, I don't think so. I think the problem that you're having in California right now is a direct result of 20 years of our government taking jobs away from people who are born and raised here and letting all these illegal people come into the country and giving everything to them. They used to laugh when you talked like that. And now all these people who are out of jobs and are working for minimum wage instead of, union wages, now all of a sudden they realize that is what happened, but it's already happened and it's too late to stop.
What does that have to do with opposing the secession of the New California?
Well, people like me who have no power, just sick and tired of people coming to California and tinkering with it. And that's what's wrong with it now.
Well, I don't know if these are people who came to California. I think there's a lot of people who probably have lived for a long time there in California, in these other counties.
Were they born and raised here, and their children born and raised here?
I suspect many of them were. Yeah, I mean, we don't know them all. We only had one guy call the show earlier tonight, so I mean, I can't speak.
Yeah.
I don't speak for them. I don't, I'm not part of their movement or anything like that. But I mean, we've had that guy on the air before, and he sounded like somebody whose roots go back. I mean, he's the kind of person who was born and raised in California. He didn't want to leave because we'd asked him, "Hey, well, why don't you just move to New Hampshire?"
Well, how do you leave when for generations you and your relatives have all been born, they died here?
I don't know.
How
You just pack your bags and leave.
I did.
Yeah, really?
Yeah,
really?
I did. My family has been in Eastern Tennessee since about 1810. We started out in Cades Cove, which is now a national park. We were kicked out of the national park by the first Roosevelt. He came in there and stole our land. We moved down into the valley, and then we were kicked out of our land again by the second Roosevelt, who stole our farm and flooded it for the TVA land. And then we all moved into town, and we've all lived and evolved in Eastern Tennessee for generations and generations. And you can find at least 6 generations of my ancestors buried within 5 miles of where I grew up.
Well, how could you have left that? How could you have just left that?
I had opportunities.
That's the point I was trying to make, though. You were born there, raised there. Are you there now?
No, I live 1,000 miles north of there.
That was
now.
his point. He was telling you that you'd asked, how can you leave after generations? You just leave.
Yeah.
I mean, you find a better opportunity somewhere else.
I saw a reason to leave. There was a reason to leave. The first time I left, we moved to Florida, and I have family that have lived there for generations on my mother's side. My father's side in Tennessee, my mother's side in Florida.
I don't know where that's coming from, guys. I apologize.
Generations there. And you know what? The economic opportunity wasn't there for us anymore, so we left and we moved to Tennessee. And we stayed in Tennessee as long as those opportunities continued to present themselves there. And when they no longer did, and we saw an opportunity to make my family's life better, to give them more freedom in some aspects, and to give them a better financial future, we left. We saw things that were more important. I wanted to open a community center. I wanted to do community service. I had an opportunity to do so. I had an opportunity to raise my children around the kind of values that I wanted them to be around, and I took it. That's how you do it.
Yeah,
you do it. You just do it. You find the money, you save the money, you raise the money, and you just do it.
Yeah, it's an easy thing to say. But California has always been a rich state, and one of the problems is so many people come here rich from other countries and thrown their money into the economy here and tilted it. One thing that I think it was the Russians did in California, or tried to do, buy up all the cemetery land in California and then charge a fortune. No average person could afford to be buried there. The county or the state finally came in and stopped that. But when foreigners come here with millions of dollars, they throw all their money into certain things, and then everybody else is shoved out.
That doesn't make any sense. I mean, I'm sorry. Everybody else gets shoved out. If somebody comes in and offers you a bunch of money to buy your property, you're not getting shoved out. You're giving the opportunity to accept, whatever the offer is, and you can say no. I mean, if somebody wants to come and buy your land or buy your business or whatever, you can just say no if you don't want to sell. So I don't buy this claim that all these rich foreigners are coming in here and tilting things. That just doesn't make sense to me. You want rich. I mean, if people come in from somewhere else and bring a bunch of money into your area, that's the kind of person you want to come in there, isn't it?
No, because then everybody else that has been here, like I said, for generations, for middle income, all of a sudden you can't afford to live where you live. The taxes go way up. All your neighbors up and down the neighborhood are being bought out by these people.
Is you're having a problem with the government. You're saying the government is taxing people too much, and that's driving people away?
No, the government finally started to do something to stop it. Like I said, all the cemeteries that the Russians
Wait a minute. Didn't
you
just complain that the taxes went up when the rich people came in and bought up a bunch of houses?
Sure, they do. If you have a house that's been in your family for generations, and it gets sold for $1 million, all of a sudden.
Well, then you got $1 million, lady. I mean, wouldn't that be what you wanted?
Well, what she's
if you sold your house, you wanted to sell it.
It's not my house. It's not. That didn't happen to me.
What she's talking about basically is gentrification, where people go in there who have large amounts of money and they buy things for more than they're really worth, and that
they're not. That's what they're worth.
The value,
right? That's what they're
drives
worth.
Up the value of houses. Well, I've seen it in Florida, where you have low-income housing areas where one gay guy goes in and buys a nice house and fixes it up. And then the guy next to him...
How terrible.
Well, the guy next to him buys a house and buys a house, and the next thing you know, the poor people don't have anywhere to live.
Well, there's always going to be poor places for poor people to live.
The property taxes anymore.
All right, more coming up here. It's Free Talk Live.
I got my Blink home security system delivered right to my door. I downloaded the app and it walked me right through the easy setup. Even with my complicated router system, I was done in like 10 minutes. Now it notifies me whenever something moves in front of the wireless cameras, or I can just check it whenever I want right from my phone. And I got you a deal. Get 3 Blink cams for what the other guys charge you for 1, plus an extra 10% off. Visit blinkprotect.com/FTL. blinkprotect.com/FTL. blinkprotect.com/FTL.
From the third letter of Captain Mark. The Crown's observation conditions us to be dishonest with ourselves. Therefore, constant surveillance produces a society of constant deception. Honest communication is the seed of civilized conduct. To deny us this seed is to deny us its fruits. But the Crown's primary objective is to stifle free thought itself, to make its subjects incapable of dissent. Seasoned pirates have always encrypted messages and codes and ciphers, so intercepted transmissions were incomprehensible. But today, the Crown possesses advanced tools of pattern recognition that document, profile, and predict our every move. Today, piracy requires hailing frequencies completely invisible to the Crown. We are tired of poltergeists in the static. Looking for a community of like-minded scoundrels, or just want some swag to let the Crown know what you think of it? Join the conversation at pirateswithoutborders.com.
Cryptocurrencies are successful because of good technology. The liberty-loving voluntarists who founded Zencash in 2017 took the best tech, like zero-knowledge anonymity and decentralized autonomous organizations, and are creating a secure platform for money, messages, and media that can be sent to anyone, anywhere in the world. Zencash is a cryptocurrency dedicated to peace, anonymity, and decentralization. Find out more at zencash.com. That's zencash.com. Is spreading the message of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace around the globe worth $2 per month to you? As you may already know, in addition to our internet feed, LRN.FM broadcasts on free-to-air satellite across North and Central America, as well as Sub-Saharan Africa. And we've been available on satellite for free 24/7 since 2010. The LRN.FM free-to-air satellite signal is reaching some of the most oppressive regimes in the world, and there's no doubt our ideas are making an impact. You can learn more about the channel's impact by watching the 3-minute video at fund.lrn.fm. If you'd like to help free minds globally with our ideas of liberty, cryptocurrency, and peace, you can donate as little as $2 per month via fund.lrn.fm. You can help us continue and expand our satellite broadcast to multiple continents. Visit fund.lrn.fm today, and thank you for your help. Don't forget to share the link on social media. That's fund.lrn.fm. So you've heard all 3 hours of the latest episode of Free Talk Live, and you're still hungry for liberty-oriented audio content? Did you know that we have another 24/7 audio stream at LRN.FM? The Liberty Radio Network airs the latest episodes of some of the best liberty-oriented podcasts on the internet around the clock. In addition to recorded content, you'll also hear live shows like Free Talk Live, originating from our Keene, New Hampshire studio. So listen anytime at LRN.FM. That's LRN.FM.
We've all heard about blockchain assets like Dogecoin, Ether, and Ripple. Bitcoin isn't the only player in the blockchain game any longer. And for those of us wondering how to get our hands on these digital assets, finally, there's a solution. Shapeshift.io allows you to buy and sell between your digital assets and Bitcoin instantly between your own digital wallets. I've used it with ease. Shapeshift.io. There's no account or email address needed. You send them the crypto you want to sell. They send back the crypto you want to buy. It's that easy. Shapeshift.io.
While our satellite channel is free to listen to, it's not free for us. You can help us cover our satellite costs with the chip-in on the right side of the page at lrn.fm.
It is Free Talk Live, and you can take control of the airwaves here. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE, like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And we've got Skype. So you may Skype into the show here at Skype username LRN.FM. I didn't ask Sharon to hang on, but she dropped off during the line, or during the break there. I would have liked to have continued the conversation because, I mean, she was trying to make the argument that it was a bad thing that rich people were coming in from other countries and buying up a bunch of property. And we never got to clarify your point, Will, which you pointed out during the break, was that, okay, the problem is with the property tax. And she referenced that for a moment, saying, well, the taxes go up. Mm-hmm. Okay. Well, your problem is with the property tax then. That's the issue.
Because you've got these port, like the Gulfport in Florida. It's a small community just south of St. Petersburg. I had some friends. I used to work as a DJ in a gay club that was about 4 miles from there. And I had a lot of friends. They started buying property in this neighborhood. And what happened was the low-income black families that lived there were pushed out because the property values went up and they could no longer afford to pay their property taxes. So they were forced to sell their houses and move into like basically ghettos, like these low-income HUD houses.
Whereas if you didn't have the property tax, they could have just stayed there.
They could have just stayed in their houses and lived in a nicer neighborhood, you know, instead of, you know, the rundown neighborhood they were living in before, and their house would have been worth more money.
Exactly.
But
so if somebody
having a more valuable house ended up being a liability to these people.
Whereas if there were no property taxes, they could sit there in their house as long as they wanted. And then maybe one of these rich people who doesn't want to see the rundown shanty or whatever in their neighborhood will come down and
what it's worth.
come over and make them a sweet offer to say, hey, look, you know, we just don't like the way it doesn't match the neighborhood here. We're going to give you a bunch of money. You guys can go buy a house wherever you want to buy it, just not here.
or they could just stay there and keep their house and it be in a much nicer neighborhood.
They sure could. That's the way it should be.
Take out a mortgage against the equity, the value of this. Like most of them owned these houses. These were houses that have been in the family for a couple of generations since the 40s. And now all of a sudden these people that were property owners have been unhoused. They no longer own property. And it's not because the value of the house went up. It's because when the value of the house went up, the property taxes went up, and they raised property taxes in Florida 3 times in 1 year.
I don't miss Florida.
Under a Republican governor with a Republican-controlled House and Senate.
Let's go to your calls and thoughts. We got Skype. Ooh, we got David. You all right there, David? A little noisy.
Yeah, just doing some chores while I'm waiting.
All right, go ahead with your thoughts.
I just wanted to share an update on my whistleblowing activities. As I had talked about how I know of a lawyer that's embezzling, state money, taxpayer money, presumably taking a paycheck and not doing any work for it. And I got a cell phone number for the white collar crime investigators, law enforcement here in the state of New Mexico, and talked to them, presented the evidence that I had verbally, and it was enough interest to them that a team of 2 agents is going to make a 160-mile round trip drive to interview me to get the rest of the evidence. Because they think that there's something there. So I just and that's happening on Friday.
So what you uncovered about corruption as far as attorneys bilking the state system for fees that they didn't earn, that's actually being taken seriously?
Yeah. I've been doing this a long time, and usually you don't get a whole lot of interest or there's some reason why you're mistaken and nobody really takes interest. But I just... And that was my mindset. I was just calling to check off the box, to do my part. I called up, I went A, B, C, D, E, F, so on, and laid it all out, and boom, they were interested. And like I said, to the point where they're sending, 2 special agents to do a 160-mile round trip to come and interview me. So, so that's at least some interest, some serious interest. And they told me what it actually isn't in what this guy is doing. That I allege is not, I guess it doesn't fall under embezzling. There's 2 other felony codes that it falls under. Has to do with
fraud. It's fraud.
Yeah, contracting with the state to deliver a service, and then taking the money but not delivering the service. And there's 2 different categories of it, and I can't remember what it is.
Theft of services or fraud or something like that would be my guess.
Yeah, something like that. So,
well, cool, man. Congratulations on that. That sounds like some progress for you, and I thank you for the call tonight. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE, but even if you get them to, smack the fingers of a few attorneys, it's probably not really going to change anything significant. I mean, it will feel like a win, and it may be a small little win, but, it's hard to get any kind of significant wins against the legal structure. I mean, these people are entrenched, and they are in charge. And they will just simply overrule you. Like there was the attorneys at the Supreme Court in New Hampshire in the Rich Paul case where he had appealed, and it was about jury nullification and the jury nullification law here. The Supreme Court of New Hampshire basically said, yeah, that jury nullification law, that's not a jury nullification law. And if you ever do try to write a jury nullification law that actually does specify jury nullification, which is your right as a juror to vote based on your conscience rather than the facts in the case, If you legislator types actually pass a jury nullification law, we will rule it as unconstitutional. So
how?
Because they can't. They would have a better chance if they passed a constitutional amendment to the Constitution to enshrine jury nullification. That would be the best approach in that case, because then would the New Hampshire Supreme Court be able to overturn an amendment to the Constitution? I think that might exceed their authority, but they might try it anyway because they hate jury nullification.
Well, yeah, because it keeps them from being able to throw people in cages as often.
Right. So if you want to comment, you're welcome to join us here. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE like freedom. The bloodbath that happened today and may still be happening. I think Bitcoin has bounced back a little bit, but it started the day, $14,000 US per Bitcoin. It hit as low as $10,000 on a lot of exchanges, a few of them even below $10,000. So for the most part, the $10,000 floor did hold on most of the big time exchanges out there.
I saw it $89.95.
That was in New Zealand.
That was in New Zealand. But that was in U.S. dollar value.
It was, but it was also on an exchange on which you cannot receive U.S. dollars, as far as you cannot wire them out from those.
That is correct. They use what they call dollar tethers.
Yeah, so that affects how their price plays
I've got a 24-hour high at 13,271.
Okay.
Today's opening at 11,337. But today's low at $10,054.
Yeah, the cryptos across the board, not just Bitcoin, but across the board. If you go to coinmarketcap.com and just scroll on down that list, and you will see red, 20, 30% drops of value.
Everything in the top 100.
Yeah.
If you go to Cryptopia and you look, like they have an area of the website that has these really, really obscure coins that you can only trade for in Bitcoin. Those you can find a few that are still performing well, but anything that you've ever heard of before is down at least 20%.
Well, because of this today, I was looking through the full list of coins, and I discovered some that were going up, and one that I found interesting was F token.
As in FU?
Yes. For those who, if you want to give someone an F.
I've heard about this.
You want to give an F?
Yep, I've heard about this. There's more coming up here in moments. 855-450-FREE, 855-450-3733. Plus, apparently, Bitcoin has lost another major location with Microsoft removing Bitcoin from their store. It's Free Talk Live.
Hear that? That's the sound of a house being trashed while a gang of thieves ransack the place. And what they don't steal will be destroyed.
This year, resolve not to be the next victim of a break-in. Go to faketv.com and discover a device that creates the illusion someone inside is watching TV, even when you're miles away. Security is a mindset, and Fake TV should be part of your security solution. Be vigilant, but not fearful. faketv.com.
Hunters, anglers, campers, and survivalists. Get back to nature. Expand your horizons with the highest quality, most versatile, unique slingshots and sling bows on the market at slingbow.com. Slingbow products are compact and models start from just $17.98. They're perfect for your bug-out bag or storing in your vehicle. Give yourself and your loved ones the excitement and tradition of slingbow. A new frontier in archery and truly modern twist on this primitive survival tool. Feel the thrill only at slingbow.com.
I've been told no in many different ways.
I give you an order and you're going to obey it.
George, you can go this way. You can't do that and you have to leave here.
You cannot bring signs into the rally.
Walk with me.
Well, I'm comfortable here, actually. Whoa. Hey.
Who do you think you are?
Excuse me.
There is no video and audio allowed in this office.
No, I have work today.
You ain't going to make it.
Wait
now.
Wait a minute.
Whoa.
Hey! Oh my God! Unbelievable!
Why are you running from me?
Because you scared me.
What am I being detained for? You're being served.
What is this?
You're being served.
What is this? Bureaucrats have a funny way of telling people no.
That's the sound of the men working on the chain.
Derek J's Victimless Crime Spree. Watch it for free and order the Director's Cut DVD at victimlesscrimespree.com.
When you hear the word lobbyist, you probably think about greedy corporations, but not all lobbyists are the same. Some are fighting for the freedoms you hold dear. Liberty Lobby LLC is doing just that in New Hampshire, working hard to represent you, not some special interest group. You can help by going to libertylobby.info, where your contribution will give us the tools we need to ensure that your voice is heard. Visit libertylobby.info today to find out more.
LRN.FM is proud to announce our official listening apps for Android and iOS devices. Now you can easily tune into our streams anywhere, anytime on your smartphone or tablet. Just visit apps.lrn.fm or search for LRN.FM in the Android or Apple app stores. Please download, rate us 5 stars, then share the link on your social media and let your friends and family know how you're listening to LRN.FM. Download it now, free at apps.lrn.fm.
Free Press Publications is an independent, alternative media and publishing company founded in June 2009 with the mission of ensuring a free press for the freedom movement and is committed to spreading the message of peace, freedom, love, and liberty. FPP also gives new authors an avenue for publishing freedom-oriented material. FPP brings you daily news and commentary on the website fpp.cc, as well as a daily 5-minute newscast, FPP Radio News, and weekly news, views, and commentary in the FPP Freedom Minute and Peace, Love, Liberty Radio at fppradio.com, and the monthly newspaper FPP News at news.fpp.cc. Find FPP online at fpp.cc. That's fpp.cc, as in Creative Commons.
Help get LRN.FM into more ears. Visit promote.lrn.fm for a free bumper sticker, flyers, banners, graphics, and more. Promote.lrn.fm.
It's Free Talk Live. You may dial toll-free. Take control of the airwaves at 855-450-FREE, like freedom. It's 855-450-3733. We've got Skype at Skype username LRN.FM. With you in the studio here tonight, you've got Ian.
And Johnson.
And Will.
Of course, you can bring up anything that you want. That is the point here on the program. We've been talking about everything from California, where there's a new California movement that has declared independence there. You're certainly still welcome to comment on that. To the idea of the property tax and how it's the government that is forcing people out of their homes because the prices of the homes nearby have gone up due to rich people coming in and buying them, which is what one lady was calling to complain about from California a few moments ago. And, of course, you're welcome to share your thoughts and your calls about what you want. We've also got Skype. If you want to Skype us and sound like you're almost sitting in the studio with us here, the Skype username is lrn.fm, and we're on Discord now. You can connect with our Discord, which means you can chat and text with other Free Talk Live listeners, as well as Call to Freedom listeners, which is the weekday program that Will is performing on week number 2 now. On LRN.FM. Your show's from 4 to 7 in the afternoons, Eastern time. And you do giveaways, unlike Free Talk Live, where we don't really ever give away stuff on the air. You've got multiple giveaways per show of cryptocurrency. So you're not giving away like a free bag of candy. You're giving away actual money to people.
Well, we've given away over $200 in the last couple of weeks. Last week we gave over $130 in free crypto away. This week we've actually had just the sheer luck. We've had a few different local coin developers who have come in, and what they've done is they just bring like 50 coins with them, 20 coins, $100 in coins, whatever, and we give away their coins while they're on the shows to callers that call in as well.
So today you did library credits.
We gave away $20 in library credits today. We gave away 50 Mona coin yesterday. We're going to have the folks from Zencash coming in tomorrow, so you'll get the opportunity to possibly win some free Zencash tomorrow. Plus, we also give away a $10 increment of a random Coinomi supported coin.
Do you ever give away any of the big boys like Dash or Ethereum or whatever?
Well, if it really just depends on what the sponsors want. If you want to sponsor the show, you give us a call or send us an email, and you say, well, we want to sponsor a faucet, because that's our favorite way to get sponsors.
Gotcha.
People are going to remember the company that gave them free crypto coins.
They
know what I'm saying? So we just ask them, like, what do you want? Do you want us to give Dash? Do you want us to give Ethereum? And if they're like, we don't care, just give away coins, then we like to buy smaller coins, because what we want is to encourage people to look into altcoins, look into the smaller coins, not just Bitcoin, not just Dash, not just Litecoin, not just Ethereum, like the big four. We want people to start looking at like Verge, Monero, Bada coins, Digibytes. Even if we're not personally fans of them, we want you to look into them and see if it's something that you want to be into. If it's not, sell it for Bitcoin, sell it for Dash, shapeshift it into something else that you like. It's free $10.
It's a great way to get started and play around with trading and exchanging cryptocurrency.
We want the average guy out there who's hearing about Bitcoin on the radio so much to get involved in stuff that he can get it on the ground level still. Bitcoin's $15,000, $12,000, $11,000. I want people that to be able to get into these new coins, so you can own 50 coins and you can watch your money grow.
Or not today.
Yeah, right. and we want you to do so badly that we've gone out and got sponsors. And instead of taking sponsor money and just passing it around among all of the hosts, we take all of our sponsor money and we put almost every bit of it toward buying coins so that we can give those coins away so that you'll get into altcoins, get an altcoin wallet, and get plugged into the new crypto economy.
So we were talking about cryptocurrency here, and you guys do a lot of crypto talk over on Call to Freedom, even more, I would say, than here on Free Talk Live, because 1 out of your 3 hours is devoted every day to Crypto Talks, the crypto hour. It's the middle hour of the show, the 5 p.m. Eastern one. So don't miss that if you're into cryptocurrency. It was an interesting interview today with Jeremy from Library, where you learned a secret that I hadn't known about Library, and that is they have the intention of doing live streaming over this decentralized, blockchain-based media distribution network, and that's very interesting.
I cannot wait for the first live drive home cryptocurrency radio show to also be the first radio show broadcast live on the blockchain.
That would be amazing.
That would be awesome.
So there's news in the world. There's always news in the world of cryptocurrency, but in the world of Bitcoin, which is the one that everybody pays attention to. If you're looking at cryptocurrencies, Bitcoin's the oldest. It's the one that's been around. It's the creator, basically, of all the other ones, to some extent. And Bitcoin has now suffered another major loss. Another big company has dropped support for Bitcoin, and companies don't get much bigger than Microsoft. I mean, you want to talk about in the digital space, Microsoft is a behemoth. Whether you like them or not, they are big, and what they decide when it comes to allowing or disallowing a currency on their website, that's worth a news headline. And the Cointelegraph has the story, John Buck writing that Microsoft has now removed Bitcoin as a payment option for the Microsoft Store. In a blow for Bitcoin enthusiasts, Microsoft Corporation has removed the Bitcoin payment option from its active payment instruments. The company was an early adopter, and former CEO Bill Gates had expressed his support for the cryptocurrency. Their decision was confirmed through publicly posted chats with customer service representatives. The main cause of the cessation appears to be volatility and risk associated with the cryptocurrency. So this, sort of rings similar to what happened with the Steam platform. I think it was last month, where the world's largest video game provider, basically, that I don't know how many millions of people use Steam. It's huge. There's small independent games on there. There's big AAA-style games on there. Steam announced they were pulling Bitcoin because it was just becoming too much of a hassle for their customer service.
I think that a bigger statement is that a store run by cryptocurrency activists, old school activists, people who have been in the cryptocurrency game for 6 years probably, called the Bitcoin Shop, no longer accepts Bitcoin.
Wait. The Bitcoin Shop in New Hampshire?
No longer accepts Bitcoin.
Wow.
As of about 2 days ago.
Did they put out a press release or something?
Yeah, you didn't see it?
No.
Oh.
Where was it?
I'm officially more informed about what's going on in cryptocurrency than Ian Freeman. Hold on. Let me mark this on my calendar.
I would expect you are. I mean, you talk about it every day.
Yeah. There was a story that was put out not long ago by the Dash Networks that the Bitcoin Shop in Portsmouth, New Hampshire, no longer accepts Bitcoins because of the fees.
But they're still taking Bitcoin Cash.
They will take Bitcoin Cash, and they are now focusing on Dash.
I think it's the right choice. And in fact, I've been thinking about going around to the local businesses here in Keene, the ones that take cryptocurrency, and saying you really ought to consider disabling Bitcoin acceptance, because you got to do it for your customers' own good. Yeah. I mean, I don't like the way that sounds, but it's the truth.
I don't really care. For me, it's all about let the best coin win, and let's get rid of these ridiculous fees. Like, I don't like Dash. I don't hate Dash. I don't like Monero. I don't hate Monero. I don't really like or hate any of these coins. Some of them, the philosophy, like Zencash or Vertcoin, they're about decentralization. So I love them because of philosophy. But as far as the rest of these coins out here, as far as I'm concerned, a coin is a coin is a coin. Let them slaughter each other like the tech bubble, and let the Amazon and the Google among them rise to the top, and let the rest of it all turn to dust.
Well, actually, there is an update to the story. According to Cointelegraph, Microsoft has actually restored Bitcoin as a payment option. Quote, after working with our provider to ensure lower Bitcoin amounts would be redeemable by customers, unquote. So I'm not sure what that means. It does say here in the original piece that customers were still able, so after Microsoft did suspend Bitcoin, they were still able to use Bitcoin to add money to their Microsoft account. Accounts can be used to purchase games, movies, and apps, but these funds are not usable in the Microsoft store, or they weren't. Now apparently they are again. But the fact that, Microsoft would even take Bitcoin down to get the attention, I guess, of the company that they're working with. I don't know if it's BitPay or who it is that they've teamed up with. I'm not sure who the company is that they're referring to. But you got Steam taking Bitcoin off the air, or off their system. You got Microsoft taking it down, then putting it back up. You had BitPay announcing they were going to do $100 minimum purchases, then changing their minds about that.
I'll still accept it. I mean, if you want to spend a $20, $30 fee on a $10 T-shirt,
so, hey, it's only $15 fees now.
Well, there you
Price
go.
is down. Toll-free number here tonight, 855-450-FREE.
Thinking about getting into cryptocurrency? It's time you looked into Dash. Dash is digital money that you can use to send instant and private payments anywhere for pennies. Dash offers a decentralized network where miners are rewarded for keeping it strong and safe. Dash has made a huge impact in the crypto world. Start your journey. Check out dash.org for more information. And get in now on the future of cryptocurrency. Dash.org.
The Bitcoin.com wallet is a simple and powerful full-featured Bitcoin Cash and Bitcoin Core wallet that allows you to send and receive either currency with anyone, anywhere in the world. Download the Bitcoin.com wallet for easy and secure access to your Bitcoin Cash. It's perfect for beginners, and the Bitcoin.com wallet makes using and holding Bitcoins easy. No logins are required. The Bitcoin.com wallet is available for Android, iOS, Windows, Mac, and even Linux. Learn more at Bitcoin.com.
Message and data rates may apply. Oh my gosh, that's Frank Thomas. No. Yes, that's him. Go ahead. Excuse me, are you Frank Thomas?
Yes, I am.
I bet you get recognized a lot.
I was a pretty good ball player.
You were?
Some people thought so.
Sorry, we recognize you from those Nugenics commercials.
Oh, yeah? That's great.
So does Nugenics really work?
Oh, yeah. I really can feel the difference. My workouts are better, and I feel a lot more energetic.
I wish my husband would use Nugenics.
It's so easy to get started. All you have to do is send one simple text.
Text the word PRIME44 to 42424 for a complimentary bottle of award-winning Nugenics, the #1 selling free testosterone booster at GNC. Its unique man-boosting formula is powered by Testofen, a patented key ingredient clinically researched to help a man feel stronger, leaner, more energetic, and more passionate.
And you're going to like the difference, too.
Text PRIME44 to 42424 for a complimentary bottle of Nugenics. Samples are not available in stores. Text PRIME44 to 42424.
On Free Talk Live, we're bringing people to the ideas of liberty every day. From wrestling superstars like Glenn Jacobs.
You guys really are having an impact, I believe. Like I said, a lot of where I am now is due to listening to Free Talk Live. You changed my mind on some very important issues years ago.
To random people tuning in on the radio.
I was kind of stuck in the left-right paradigm. I heard your show by chance on a Saturday night. From there, I went on, joined the Free State Project, and become an amplifier. So, I mean, that's really the reason why I amp is because I know that if it wasn't for you guys being on as many stations as you are, I never would have found the ideas of liberty.
Your amp will directly change more lives by getting Free Talk Live in front of people looking for talk radio online and on the air. When you amp Free Talk Live, you get perks like access to the AMP-only Facebook group and AMP podcast. Visit amp.freetalklive.com. There are lots of ways to listen to Free Talk Live. Our podcast has been around since podcasts began, and now the FTL feed is loaded with content besides our full show archives. Did you know that we make it easy for you to customize your podcast subscriptions? We have different feeds, one that includes only our full shows, one with just the Daily Digest, and one with just the Edgington Post. You decide what you listen to. It's quick and easy to customize your feeds at feeds.freetalklive.com. That's feeds.freetalklive.com.
Hi, this is Mark Edge of Free Talk Live. Michael W. Dean's book, User's Manual for the Human Experience, changed my life. In a culture that attempts to turn you into a compliant victim, this book gives you implementable steps on everything from how to be aware of your environment walking down the street to business, to how to handle a toxic person in your life. If you're a human, you need to read this book at least once. Go to Amazon and get the Kindle version, or paperback, or an audiobook of A User's Manual for the Human Experience.
This is the Liberty Radio Network, broadcasting the latest liberty-oriented audio content 24 hours a day at LRN.FM.
Free Talk Live. Moments remain. There's enough time for you if you want to join us on the radio waves here. The toll-free number is 855-450-FREE like freedom. That's 855-450-3733. And if you want to help build a better financial system for everyone, you should join Dash. It's Digital Cash, a digital money platform designed to replace cash and help people manage their own wealth. It's fast, it can be private and easy, fees are low, and transactions are quick and can be confirmed instantly. You can pay anyone, anywhere in the world, anytime, for just pennies on the dollar. And Dash is decentralized and run by users who earn rewards for helping run the network and make governance decisions. Anyone can invest in Dash and earn rewards for helping run the Dash network. You can join Dash and help create a better financial system for everyone. Take back control over your financial future today and find out more at Dash.org. There's a lot of momentum behind Dash right now. Go to Dash.org and find out why. And when they say there's a lot of momentum behind Dash, they mean sort of generally. Today, there's no momentum behind a lot of these cryptos. Dash has taken a huge fall, just like the rest of them have. Today, its high of $1,030 hit a low of $640. Right now, according to the Kraken exchange, it is worth about $766. So Dash is on sale right now. If you've been thinking about getting some, all of the cryptocurrencies.
Big discount. Come on down.
Yep, they're all on sale right now. If you've been thinking about getting into cryptocurrencies,
we are burning the barn down right now just for you.
I am not a investment advisor, but this might be a good time to do it. You know, it may have already hit its floor for this particular drop. But then again, you never know what's going to happen tomorrow. Could get worse. The bloodbath could deepen.
The way I like to put it on the air is if you like to make money when I make money and lose money when I lose money.
There you go. Follow your advice.
This is what I'm doing right now. I'm buying these coins because I think they're going to go up.
And Johnson, you are accepting Dash. You're accepting how many other cryptocurrencies over at libertyminded.com, your online store, selling Free Talk Live merchandise?
A lot of the big ones. I believe I'm accepting Monero and Ripple and Ether and Bitcoin Cash, definitely. Bitcoin, Vertcoin.
Which ones have people paid with so far? You've been open for what, 2 months, 3 months?
Yeah, that sounds, that's about right. Litecoin, Bitcoin Cash, a Dash. Actually, Dash. No, you know what? I haven't had actually any orders in Dash, though. During that time, somebody who I made a millionaire reached out and said, I believe in Dash and I want to give you some Dash.
Okay.
For making me a millionaire.
But they never followed through, or they just gave you Dash?
They just gave me Dash.
Okay, so you didn't have to give them a shirt or anything.
No, I didn't give them a shirt or anything. They just wanted to reach out and give me money.
That's pretty sweet.
Yeah, because apparently a long time ago, back in 2011, somebody asked me, hey, I'm looking for alternatives to PayPal, and I said, well, you could just do this Bitcoin thing. Mm-hmm. And I wish I had followed my own advice as well as they had, because this person invested very, very, very heavily, and
they quit their job, and now they can do whatever they want, apparently.
Yeah, now this person is, I think they bought a house with it or something.
Sweet.
But yeah.
So libertyminded.com, there are not only Free Talk Live shirts and hats and other items there, but also other libertarian and cryptocurrency related items.
I've been really sick recently, so I've been slacking. I haven't added new products, but I did spend some time trying to optimize the site. So hopefully I'm trying to get it to load and change some things a little technically. So I'm trying to make it a nice site, and so you can see when I add new colors and varieties and styles to thing right up front, and make it nice high functioning site, but at the same time without sacrificing load times. So I've been just trying to do all the upfront sort of work of making things load right for everybody, and then Add as many products as possible.
A lot of people loving the products. They're loving the designs. Go check it out at libertyminded.com as we go to your phone calls and thoughts. Sarah is on the line in New Mexico. You're on Free Talk Live. Hello, Sarah. Hello. Going once. Sarah going twice. Sarah in New Mexico. All right.
Awesome.
Well, guess that's the end of that. So the toll-free number here is 855-450-FREE. Now, as I mentioned before, there is news out of the Chinese mining world. Bitcoin.com's news section, news.bitcoin.com, reporting that for centuries, Switzerland was known around the world for its tradition of banking secrecy. But now a new financial industry is taking root in the country. Local leaders tried to establish a cryptocurrency hub, and their latest catch is Chinese Bitcoin mining giant Bitmain, which expanded to a new location in the picturesque Swiss canton of Zug. Bitmain Technologies Ltd., the Beijing-headquartered Bitcoin mining machines producer. These are the people that make the ASIC chips. And we've heard this terminology before. This is the very high kind of efficiency, if you will, chips that are very effective for mining certain types of cryptocurrency, like Bitcoin. They're leaving China, apparently, or at the very least, they've established a new branch, and I suspect that has to do with the fact that the Chinese government is cracking down on Bitcoin mining operations. They explained that they chose Zug because Switzerland was, quote, one of the most progressive countries with good legal stability and a skilled workforce. Bitmain says it'll employ more employees in Zug in the future and will actively communicate with the self-regulatory organizations and the Financial Market Authority. Bitmain Switzerland will play a key role in our global expansion, said the company's spokesperson. He told the German-language Swiss newspaper Handelsung. This is the first foothold in Europe for Bitmain, which already has branches in the U.S., Singapore, and Israel. So, I mean, does this set anybody's minds at ease? There are people out there who have a problem with the idea that there are so many Chinese mining companies. Does it matter to those people that they aren't going to be located in China anymore? Or are they just upset because they're owned by Chinese people or the Chinese government or whatever?
Well, for me, it's the centralization itself that I find problematic. And there's actually another story that that's discussing the fact that Bitcoin isn't quite as decentralized as a lot of people liked to think or would like to think.
And where's that coming from?
It's coming from I think it was Bloomberg.
Let's go to the phones here. I got a call from EJ in Clarksburg, West Virginia, listening on via TuneIn, via the TuneIn app. Go ahead, EJ.
Hey, what's going on, guys?
What's on your mind?
I just wanted to alert you guys. This has happened while you've been on the air. Adam Kokesh was just arrested in Texas.
No.
It's actually before we went on the air.
Oh, no. What happened?
Apparently, drug charges. Apparently, he filed his paperwork to officially run as the Libertarian, run for president. He filed paperwork to run for president, and an hour later, he got pulled over. His RV got pulled over, and they brought. He got a warning, and then 20 minutes after that, or I guess according to his Twitter, it was 10 minutes after he filed. He got pulled over. There was a warning, I guess, and then he got pulled over again like 20 minutes later, and there were drug dogs, and apparently they found something. I don't know what they found, but he posted a video on his Twitter of him being arrested, and there's a link up to donate to, bail him out. So,
according to Reason.com, a spokesperson for Wise County Jail in Texas confirms Kokesh is in their custody. This story posted within the last hour at Reason. Being held on 4 charges, 1 related to possession of under 2 ounces of marijuana, 2 related to possession of another controlled substance she was not able to specify, and 1 for, quote, tampering and or fabricating evidence with intent to impair a police investigation. He will likely be arraigned and have bond set tomorrow. Poor Adam Kokesh. I really like the guy. I mean, I think that, he's a great personality. He's very entertaining. We've had him on the air as a, sometime co-host here on Free Talk Live the few times that he's come up to visit New Hampshire. He's always great on the radio with us, and we've interviewed him a number of times. I wish he wouldn't. I wish he would have come to New Hampshire. I mean, I hate it when these guys, Adamo Freeman, who did live in New Hampshire, gets arrested in Ohio for marijuana possession. He's going to trial on 4/20. On April 19th and 20th for the possession of 20 pounds of marijuana. Now you got Adam Kokesh getting busted in one of the worst states for possession of marijuana, which is Texas. And so, I mean, it's just if you're out there and you're not in New Hampshire, you are far away from pretty much everything as far as support from activists is concerned. I mean, maybe there's some folks in, where was it? Whatever county? Wise County there in Texas. But I don't know, man. Texas is a pretty big place. And if there are, I know there are libertarians in Texas, but there's a whole lot of counties there that don't have a whole lot of population out there. And let's see, Wise County, population 62,953. It's out there by Decatur. So I'll check on that story tomorrow. We'll see what more we can learn. EJ, thanks for the heads up on that. And what else is nearby? West of Denton, northwest of Fort Worth. So he was nearby the Fort Worth, Dallas area, but in one of the counties sort of way out on the outskirts. I don't even know if you could call that a suburb at that point. We'll see you tomorrow. If you know more about Kokesh's arrest, feel free to call in at that time. Meanwhile, join us online, freetalklive.com. The Free State Project has reached its goal of 20,000 liberty lovers who've pledged to move to New Hampshire and get active to achieve liberty in our lifetime. Perhaps you're trying to figure out what part of New Hampshire should be your destination. If so, consider Keene. You'll find more than 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com. Keene is famous for its historic, publicity-generating activism, as well as being the liberty media capital of the world. It's home to freekeene.com, New Hampshire's destination for liberty activism, news, and opinion. For years, we've been compiling over 150 reasons to move to Keene at move.freekeene.com, where you'll learn about some of what's happening here and what makes Keene a great place to live. If you love liberty, you'll probably enjoy anywhere you end up in the Shire. But do your due diligence first. Please visit move.freekeene.com for the full list of over 150 reasons to move to Keene. That's move.freekeene.com.
Are you sick of government lackeys who say you didn't build that? Are you tired of elitists who think you need a government permission slip for everything? Everything you do is an A to B conversation, and the government should see their way out of it. Create true free markets by adopting the BIPCOT No Government License. The BIPCOT No Gov license allows use or modification of any product, service, or software except by governments or government agents. Go to BIPCOT.org. That's Bravo, India, Papa, Charlie, Oscar, Tango.org.
LRN.FM now has a Discord. Discord is a free text and voice chat platform, and we now have our own server with a bunch of channels at discord.lrn.fm. You can join other listeners as they chat about various things during our live shows, or anytime, day or night. Discord software is available cross-platform, so you can have it on whatever device you want and take your chats anywhere. Join our Discord at discord.lrn.fm. That's discord.lrn.fm.
The latest episode of Declare Your Independence is next, after the news, here on the Liberty Radio Network, LRN.FM.
From Keene in the Shire, the Liberty Media capital of the world, this is Daryl W. Perry, host of FPP Radio News for Tuesday, January 16th, 2018. Silver is trading at $17.05 per ounce. Gold is valued at $1,335 per ounce. Zencash is trading at $39, and the average price of Bitcoin is $11,966. Antiwar.com reports at least 36 people have been confirmed killed, potentially many more, in a pair of coordinated suicide bombings on Monday in the Iraqi capital of Baghdad, targeting day laborers in Tahran Square. Laborers gather daily in the square looking for construction jobs and have been targeted in the past. On Monday, a suicide bomber with an explosive belt hit the crowd and started a panic, and another bomber detonated shortly thereafter, compounding the casualties. On top of the large number